Okay. Yep. Greetings, sentient beings. This stream is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes. And with that, the other stream is officially live.
Alrighty then. That's the other thing, though. I don't know if I've ever encountered weak language.
Oh, you encounter it all the time if you try to, like read any of the legislation that they're trying to pass through Congress.
Okay, fine. Okay.
They intentionally fill it with a lot of weak language so we can't actually hold them to anything they voted on.
I was reading about the legislation that Trump is threatening to veto, the defense legislation. 5,500 pages on that baby. This is something that amazes. How much of any of those things does any particular person read?
Yeah. Actually, he already vetoed the relief.
Figures.
Because he said he wanted the $2,000, the checks for $2,000 each, which
okay,
then the Democratic Senate immediately voted unanimously to pass that, and of course the Republicans refused to touch that bill. They won't even vote on it. So even though they're giving exactly what Trump said he wanted, the Republicans won't pass it.
That's the interesting one. I mean, what's the deal there? What's on their mind? And that's a rhetorical question. Don't have to worry about going there.
Well, I'm hoping that we may actually manage to get something more valuable out of it.
Well, that would be nice.
Well, what we're hoping for is that the people of Georgia will be so goddamn pissed at them for not giving them $2,000.
Exactly.
When everybody else has given $2,000, that maybe there'll be a blue majority in the Senate.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm hoping for, and that Trump really screwed this one up because the Republicans needed that good PR going into runoff elections.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And just like Jenny was saying, that I think there's a good chance that they may piss off enough people in Georgia that it would allow the Democrats to get those 2 seats, which would give the Democrats an effective majority, which means that Biden could then get all of his appointees passed through.
Well, here's the interesting thing, though. We could have, wouldn't it be fun if we had a replay of the first 2 years of Obama, where House, Senate, and White House were all Democrat and nothing got done?
Well, I hope the Democratic Party has learned from that. And
Jenny,
the Democrat Party tends to not learn from anything.
No, I understand, but it's all we can hope for, guys.
But just the idea that they could get through Biden's nominations, though, would allow him to do quite a bit as far as undoing a lot of the damage that Trump did to all the various agencies. If they could expedite all the nominations and, get all the people he appointed in as quickly as possible.
Well, the other problem I'm seeing isn't Biden talking about naming Republican nominees to some of the cabinet positions, which, given the GOP as it exists now, you don't want that, do you?
Well, I think Biden was saying that because he was going to have to offer them something just in order to get them to approve some of his nominations.
Hey.
But that's the thing, that if the Democrats have majority in the Senate, he doesn't need cooperation from the Republicans to get anybody appointed. And that would just make a huge difference for how much he'd be able to accomplish.
Yeah, it's just such a chess game. It really is.
Yeah. Well, that's so, I'm hoping that with Trump vetoing those support checks, I'm hoping that's a good enough job of him shooting the Republicans in the foot that, and the other great one that I'm still rooting for is the Republicans who are telling people to boycott the runoff election.
Yeah,
we really need to encourage that movement.
You want the definition of stupid. There you go. I'm not displeased with it, but it is absolutely stupid.
Unless both Republican candidates win by a landslide, they're going to claim it was stolen anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to go through the whole same mess that we just went through with the presidential thing of, them not wanting to acknowledge that the Democrats won and trying to do anything they can, and 15 recounts and 37 lawsuits.
Well, what do you mean? I heard you speak in the past tense. The stuff we went through. I thought it was still going on, really. I don't know that it will ever stop.
Yeah. Well, and technically it is, and Trump is still trying to push something to get Congress to override the Electoral College. I don't understand how that works at this point.
Well, let's see. The Congress votes on that January 6th?
Yes. Yeah, I believe the day after the new members of Congress, well, the new Congress is sworn in. I believe they're sworn in on the 5th. Let me look.
Well, then they got that idiot Matt Gaetz.
Well, he can just go.
Who thinks he's going to overturn it now?
Yep. Okay. Sorry, Randolph. That guy actually kind of got carried away with the celebration that this actually worked to swap over, and I did not send out the StreamYard link for other people to join in.
Come on in.
So, yeah, there I'm going and dropping it in a couple of groups there.
You don't think Purple's going to come in, do you? I mean, Stool, do you?
I don't know. Hi, Soft Girl. How you doing?
I don't know.
I'm just teasing. We love our little Stool.
He's a dick, but he's a lovable dick.
Well, he's a little dick,
Yeah.
I don't know how tall he is, but doesn't he look like on camera that he's like maybe 5'5"?
Oh, boy, I like the way the light plays off this apple cider onto the camera. It looks more like orange juice when I'm seeing it on YouTube. Hi, honey.
Oh. Yeah, we got Randolph waiting to come in here. There we go.
Hey.
Randolph.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood.
That guy again?
Oh. Do I need to apologize in advance for this?
Well, depends on how boring you're.
Well, don't you just do it out of habit because you're Canadian?
Sometimes.
Oh my!
Well, happy Christmas and Merry New Year.
There you go. Or happy humbug and Merry Moo.
Fuck Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's the cat's meow, isn't it?
Fuck Christmas right in its big holy ass.
Oh my! Just trying to keep it going here. Yeah, subject of earlier conversation. I got a lot of it kicked out of me about a year ago, but we just keep giving it a try. Keep trying to keep it going on.
But okay, yeah. Since Randolph reminded me, I need to kind of get links sent around.
Got a Christmas tree in some ASCII art format here. For some reason, this was listed as an atheist Christmas card. I'm not quite sure why, but I think it's very nice.
All right.
I like ASCII art.
I miss ASCII art.
That's not ASCII. That's binary.
Well, the ones and zeros are ASCII, and definitely it's sticking to the limitation of just binary characters that represent binary.
Oh, let me tell you,
You're right.
Hello.
I
Dan.
wonder if you didn't take that thing
there goes the
and lay out all
neighborhood.
those numbers and divide them up by 8 and
There
reference
may
them.
be-
It's not saying something to you.
That's what
There-
I was wondering, whether or not there's a hidden message there in the binary. If you
Uh-huh.
transfer those into what the binary alphabet characters would be.
I haven't checked, but it certainly is possible.
Back in one of the software houses I worked at years ago, we still had some examples of line printer art, and it was amazing what that stuff was, how detailed it could be. They were centerfolds, of course, and I mean, from across the room, you had great pictures of naked ladies. They look pretty darn good, even though they were made with line printer characters.
Yeah. Well, it's the mosaic effect. It's the same as that, the Lego mosaic I was showing, that it's all just different colored dots, but it actually makes a portrait.
And
Well,
the best one
It's called a
was
halftone.
the best one was the naked lady with duck feet.
With duck feet?
Somebody actually substituted her feet with webbed duck feet. It would take you a half a second when you first saw it. It's like, wait a minute,
Fetish
something
for
right
everything.
here.
There's a fetish for everything in this world, isn't there?
Yep.
Oh my! I miss that old software house environment. I really do.
Yeah, it's old DOS software. Well, there's I remember in the 90s, mid to late 80s and early 90s, there was some DOS software that would scroll up and down with ASCII art depictions of naked people, usually.
Oh, okay.
And it was sometimes they'd make certain parts jiggle.
So just bringing this up again, because this was the Lego mosaic we did.
Yeah.
It's
And
a very move.
cool.
Yeah. That's all this is different colored dots put together. So you get John Lennon.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a bunch of dots.
Yep. Okay, and I saw that Jen was trying to.
There you
There
go.
we go. Santa.
That's what you're talking about there, Diana.
The line printer, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Purple-
that's ASCII characters and line printer characters, which you can print ASCII with from a line printer. Well, some of them.
Perp, I just
That's
sent
the
you
Christmas art.
Yeah, this
a Christmas greeting on Twitter.
This is lovely.
I like that.
And the work that has to go into that, really, because
It's
you
really
have
hard to do.
programs that would do it for you. Somebody actually had to sit there and pick out the characters.
But these ones have
Yeah.
probably been done by software because there is software now that does it.
Yeah, I actually drew by hand the Canadian Parliament buildings many years ago
Okay, then.
with ASCII art. It took a while. It's not a quick process.
People used to send line art like this, like people would send faxes when I was younger to each other.
yeah.
Because you'd have teletype printers at either end, and you could actually send a picture to somebody across the teletype.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Randall, you got another one to share here?
Anybody familiar with a game called Portal?
Yeah,
It sounds vaguely
No.
familiar.
I like it.
I
Yeah,
just don't see
I
that
don't know the
yet.
game, but yeah.
I've never
I'm familiar
played
with
it,
the
but
effect
I've seen-
from numerous science fiction things.
I've seen it played on YouTube. I've never actually tried it. It's just this is the theme. Finding things in my meme collection here to share. Let's see what else we have.
I am functioning on very little sleep, people.
Perp, check your DM.
Yep, I got it here.
Okay.
So Jenny wanted to share one.
There you go. Atheist Christmas.
Oh, wow. Is that Nyan Corn?
I have no
That
idea.
is PJ. If that's PJ's avatar, isn't it?
Yeah, the
I-
flying
I-
pink
I
unicorn.
think it might
Somebody, yeah, somebody was using it for an avatar on Twitter. I know.
It's PJ's avatar. She had a whole heap of them done up.
Oh, PJ. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I know who that is. Yeah.
I like PJ's avatars. She has some really good ones.
This one I think will be popular. It's called Sci-Fi Christmas.
They've got Yoda, but have they actually got a baby Yoda as well?
Yeah, I'm thinking this one may have been done before Baby Yoda was out.
Yeah, I've had this in my collection for a while. So I don't see a date on it, but I've had it for a while.
Oh, hey, Doc. So, yeah.
Oh, there's a Dalek. Is there a Doctor Who somewhere?
Dalek.
Yeah, there's a telephone booth right in front of the Dalek.
Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Dalek.
Dalek?
Dalek.
It's not Dalek.
I see one L and I pronounce it Dalek, but that's just... English is so inconsistent.
If you've ever watched the show, you know it's Dalek.
Yep.
I could never get into that show. It just doesn't interest me. But I know it's very popular. My daughter likes it. My older daughter likes it.
Talking of which, I'm wondering if the new episode's out.
Yeah, I'm more into Star Trek. Like the Next Generation is probably my favorite series. That and Picard. The original series is quite good too, but looks a bit dated.
I've never been a fan of Doctor Who, but every Doctor Who I've ever watched, I really enjoyed the episode I was watching.
Yeah, I don't know the newer stuff, but I know more of the classic stuff of Pertwee and Tom Baker and Peter Davison were the era that I really knew.
Looks like people in the chat are enjoying this picture.
Yeah, we could put this one up as kind of a Where's Waldo, identify all the characters.
You want me to send it to you in the Twitter?
Sure.
Sure.
I'll take a copy.
Just enlarging it. Yeah, it's mostly Star Wars.
I'll have it in there in just a moment.
Well, and there's some kind of a crocheted Yoda in the back there.
Crocheted Yoda? Oh, there is too.
Yeah.
Is that Yoda, or is that from a different character from something else?
You see, my not knowing. It looks vaguely familiar, but I can't place it.
And there's the bounty hunter droid from Empire Strikes Back.
Yep. IG-88.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look a bit suspiciously like Yoda, though, like Baby Yoda.
Of course, I'm not sure what this guy on the far right next to the Dalek is.
Yeah.
Don't not too knowing.
Is it meant to be Invader Zim?
No.
Maybe
No,
from
it's
the
not
Thundercat series?
Yeah, then behind the Dalek there, I think that's like some kind of a chibi of the Thundercats Lion-O.
Yeah. And I wonder if the blue one might be from the same series, but it's got a hook on the top, so maybe not.
Yeah, that's the only one I see that I can't readily identify.
Unless that's a snake and not a hook.
Yeah, it looks to me like a hook. It looks like a hangy thing.
Well, actually, I think it probably is stylized to be a snake coming out of his hat when you say that. You know, it's kind of the Egyptian motif.
Yeah, the helmet looks Egyptian-like in style, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's just a question mark.
Yeah, more possibilities. This is what you get for hanging around with skeptics.
So which Doctor is it meant to be who's standing next to the TARDIS?
Probably the original one, I'd wager.
Well, no, he looks too young for the original. Blonde hair.
What little I can make out of
Colin Baker?
reminiscent of Pertwee.
It's wrong costume. Oh, it's a gold Dalek, so it's probably meant to be what's his name? The first Doctor in the new when the series came back.
Lord Eccleston?
You can't necessarily judge it based on the Dalek. It's look at the Yoda crochet versus the other Star Wars characters. They're not perfectly fitting either.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I'm just trying to think who wore black and had blonde hair as a.
That's dark blue to me.
He says he's the blonde one that went mad. I don't know. Does anybody place that?
The blonde one that went mad.
It could be meant to be David Tennant as well, I suppose.
Yeah, not one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, the costumes were too iconic for the earlier Doctors, so you'd pick them by the costume, but it's a bit
Message for you, sir.
So, Doc thinks it looks like Pertwee
Oh,
as
thanks.
well.
I
Okay.
just replied to that.
You think it's Pertwee?
John Pertwee was the third Doctor.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Julie's saying it's the wrong outfit for Eccleston. I'm not familiar with Eccleston, so can't.
Well, that's
comment.
true. He had darker hair.
That's him in contract negotiations.
Yeah, the only one who had actually curly blonde, well, moppy blonde hair was Colin Baker. But Colin Baker wore a rainbow jacket, so and not dark clothes.
Yep, Sloth Girl did a Baby Yoda.
I see.
Also, whoop, whoop.
And Thingy's hair should be grey, not blonde. So, unless it's not meant to be the Doctor and it's meant to be something else. Given that everything's spread out all over there, I might be making assumptions.
You know, sometimes these products aren't printed with quite the right colors. I have a Sesame Street tie that was printed with some of the colors are a bit off. Like the Cookie Monster's not blue, is kind of dark magenta, and Grover ends up being a different color as well for some reason. So, yeah, so sometimes they can get the colors a bit wrong. Funny thing is, when I wear it to client sites, when I'm visiting like schools or businesses, because I support some educational institutions too, and they have, if there's a bunch of children, they see me wearing that tie, they all end up getting distracted by it and looking at the tie, like little kids in grade 1, 2, 3 or kindergarten kind of age. It's a nice little distraction for them, even though I'm across the room. They're all noticing it and pointing at it. And then in the business world, I find the higher up people are in the executive ladder, the more they like that tie.
Okay, I'm sorry, Julie, but I have to prove you wrong about Colin Baker.
Oh.
Hi, how's it going? How's it going?
Hello.
Hi, hon.
Sorry,
Oh,
what
my
was the
God.
comment about Colin Baker? I was
She said he has brown hair,
okay.
which he does not. And there's a picture of him.
Yep.
That's Colin Baker. Tom Baker had brown hair, but Colin Baker had blonde hair. But he also wore that rainbow jacket, so that is definitely throughout his entire term as the Doctor. So that is definitely not him.
And like half a pound of foundation appears in this picture.
Yeah. So yeah. The current Doctor is blonde. Yes, she is. But the Doctor in that picture is not the current Doctor either.
The current Doctor is hot.
She is.
I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. So, or I guess on New Year's. So, no spoilers.
You'll see it tomorrow.
I know. I'm trying to cry about it because they're not showing it on my side of town until New Year's.
Yeah, but we get it tomorrow.
What tomorrow?
Doctor,
No.
the Christmas special.
Oh, well, screw that.
For some reason,
Wonder Woman comes out today. That's
Will and I
much
are
more
going to watch
important.
it together. We've been watching our Star Treks together, so we're going to watch that.
Yep.
Well, I repeat, Wonder Woman's
So-
coming out. That's much more important.
Here's the Baby Yoda that Sloth Girl made.
awesome.
That really is
Very
good.
nice. That's fantastic.
Baby Yoda.
I haven't
baby.
actually seen any of the Star Wars films that have Baby Yoda in them yet.
Well, he's only been in The Mandalorian.
Okay. But eventually my wife and I will get caught up on those.
And since we're on her stuff there, I wanted to show off one of the Yule presents she gave me.
Fucking Disney wants $12.99 a month to get get their junk.
We got to get hold of Disney's junk there.
I pay for CBS.
There we go.
Netflix, cable. It's not
Well,
worth it.
you're not retired on a fixed income.
I was just going to say none of it's worth it.
Oh,
Soft Girl made
probably.
me a purple and orange Triceratops.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
wonderful.
It's
That's
actually
awesome.
more purple than that. It's darker, but I had to adjust the contrast on the picture.
That's awesome.
lovely.
I don't know. That
That's
looks
a great
gold
gift.
and white to me.
Yep. So he's gonna be sitting on my chair. So
Maybe it should be your avatar.
okay, and Randolph's got another one queued up.
Now, can anybody guess what we're looking at here?
We're looking at a
Christmas on
flat Earth.
The flat Earth Christmas tree. Yep.
Somebody who really wasted their time.
Yeah.
Great art project.
Everybody promoting flat Earth is wasting their time.
Well, I mean, technically, they're not doing the flat Earth; they're doing Yule, aren't they? That's the name of the world tree, isn't it? Yule.
Yeah.
There,
And I just butchered that. I know I butchered that. So come at me.
It's okay. It's Christmas time.
there's a beautiful Lego build that somebody did from one of the conventions. That it's a Lego model of the flat Earth, but that's just the top layer. If you go down and the layers underneath it, it's like each layer is a different conspiracy. There's like Area 51 with all the aliens running around.
Oh, no kidding.
And there's a recreation of the Kennedy assassination with a sniper on the grassy knoll.
Oh,
Have you got
awesome.
a picture of that?
Where was this?
No, it was a model that somebody was taking around to the Lego conventions last year.
Oh man. There's got to be.
I'm sure I could probably find it
Oh,
on
I'm
the internet
looking.
here.
That'd be fun to see.
Yeah, I had actually seen a YouTube video that they made, interviewing the guy and showing it off.
Maya Atkinson is asking why there's a tree at the North Pole. I didn't know that flat Earth had a North Pole. How can it? If it's flat.
I found this pictures. Herb.
Was that done by
not-
the Brick Brothers?
No.
Perp,
I have no idea who did that.
Perp, was that done by the Brick Brothers?
I don't recall who did it.
I found one picture, but it's not zoomed in. Let's see if I put it in the chat. Let's see if I can find a better one. Hold on. Am I really researching flat Earth Legos? I'm stopping. I put a
Yes, you are.
I get offended. Flat Earthers offend me. I just deep down inside, it's offensive.
Okay, here. Let me try to share this here. And I found the YouTube video I had seen of it. I think I should be able to cue this up okay without causing a big issue with it.
Hi, Micro Raptor.
Yay.
Okay, yep,
Oh, look at that.
here we go.
Yeah,
I don't know how
Brothers.
well they give you a view of the other layers, but there.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Lego Flat Earth.
Oh, this is great.
UFO.
Oh, that's fantastic.
the
There's a
fake
spaceman
moon.
there.
The
Yeah.
fake moon landing.
North was wrong.
Oh yes, and them creating the dinosaur fossils.
Aliens and
Aliens.
whatever that was.
There's the crashed UFO. The Illuminati.
Of course, of course.
Illuminati. Yeah.
Yeah, the fake moon landing.
They must have had so much fun making this. This is beautifully done.
Yeah, it really
it's
is.
a wonderful trolling.
Yeah.
I win the lotto. I'm going to go buy that.
Is Australia on this flat Earth map? It seems to come up a lot.
Yeah, I just really laughed myself silly the first time I saw that one.
Yeah, it looks like Australia's on there. That's great.
Maybe eating too much pizza.
I wouldn't even entertain a flat earther. If someone in real life was telling me, "Oh, I'm a flat earther," I would walk away from them. I would respectfully walk away from them.
I think my meme from yesterday was the best, though.
We should
Oh,
see
hey,
it.
Dallas. You want to come in here with us for a while?
Hey, Dallas.
I've been blocked yet.
Pastor Greg Cock.
Yeah, that one. He has not blocked me. He's probably too busy. Or hasn't noticed it. I'm going to send it to him again at some point.
Well, so far I haven't been blocked by anyone famous, only people that I've offended personally. Although most of them I don't really understand what it was they blocked me for.
Oh,
I've been
I got put in Twitter jail by Lindsey Graham and who was that recent one?
See, that's why
I forget, but I'm not blocked from either site.
I think I'm blocked by a bunch of flat earthers,
Yeah.
a bunch of anti-vaxxers, a few anti-maskers, and a lot of them are in the same group. Some racists.
I'm blocked
And,
by a lot of shirts.
Steve McRae and all his followers are blocking me. So
I'm blocked by Jimmy Snow.
yeah, I remember you mentioned that the other day.
All of his followers are blocking you?
Well, see, Steve McRae publishes a list of who he blocks, and then a bunch of his followers end up following that.
Oh, okay.
So I know, like, a number of the names that the people who are associated with him are actually have me blocked on Twitter and whatnot.
This
So.
is my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm surprised he hasn't.
I'm
blocked you.
surprised.
Right, he hasn't blocked me.
When you have him up there, I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me because I give him shit all the time.
Can
You know,
want a copy of this, Diana, so you can send it to him next time he's being a dick.
I avoid all these
okay.
people. They're bad for my blood.
I'm saving up a few of his tweets for January 20th when he's been going on about Donald Trump is going to be sworn in as president and a whole bit like this. I'll rub his face in it. You know, I've already told him I'm going to do it. So
Micro Raptor wants to know why Jimmy Snow blocked me because I called him out for profiteering on Elliot, basically, and he didn't like it.
There's been a lot of
Instead
that.
of telling me why I was wrong, he just blocked me.
Profiteering? You mean he's selling Elliot stuff?
No, but he did a video on trans awareness about Elliot Page, in which he basically was explaining how you should treat trans people. Which, I mean, I know he's an ally, but if you have cis allies do it, you are saying to people who aren't allies, you can do it too. That's my problem. But four times throughout the video, he promoted his trans ally t-shirt. Only he profiteers from it. Doesn't go to help any trans people at all.
He's got a what going?
He's got a t-shirt that he's selling that is "I'm a trans ally." All the money from that goes directly in his own fucking pocket, and he was promoting that using Elliot Page, just transition.
Ah, okay.
That's pretty
That's
low.
what pissed me
Yeah,
off.
that stinks.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
low.
why, and so I called him out, rightfully so, I think, but he blocked me.
Yeah, but people, as someone who comes from privilege, people that come from privilege, you know, they're not used to being wrong, so they don't like to argue.
Yeah,
Or being told that they're wrong.
wrong.
Or being held accountable. It's my favorite band.
I like my waste of a dildo.
It's a good-
Neil,
good pop
Neil, the 604 atheist, would enjoy this. I should send this to him. It does look like they're in a band there.
Oh, that's funny.
I wonder if that was somebody kind of pulling a bit of a prank there.
That definitely has some 70s soul vibes going on.
Oh yeah. When people ask me if I believe in the soul, I say, well, as far as I understand it, soul was introduced to the world by musicians in the 1970s. So I guess, yeah, I could believe in that.
I still listen to James Brown. I still listen to the OJs, the Isley Brothers. It's just good music that is endured. If I'm having a bad day.
I thoroughly agree, mate. I want to say, Randolph, I had a talk to somebody earlier today who we were talking about. I won't mention a name. And he was not apologetic, but he admitted that he went down a rabbit hole that he shouldn't have.
Okay. Well, feel free to send me a private message if you like. I have a feeling I know who it was. We've been discussing them recently, haven't we?
We discussed them just the other day.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. That's actually good to hear. That's very promising. I'm glad to hear that.
Conversation.
So the fact that they're seeing that it's a rabbit hole that they shouldn't have gone down on, to me, is a very promising thing. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I saw it that way too. I mean, he didn't actually.
Excellent.
He hasn't never actually apologized for what happened. But it's
it's a start. It's tremendous progress. Some people just need time to get to that point. So
that's right.
Just gentle encouragement all the way, and I think that's great. And
yep,
that's fine. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to.
There's no
need to apologize.
Don't even ask in the chat because it's a done thing. But yeah,
I'd worry about trying to pressure them to apologize because that could.
Oh, I wouldn't either. They make progress on their own.
And I know you're not pressuring them. Yeah.
No,
oh, that's fantastic news. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So. Oh, hello to Wonder Lady.
Oh wow! Yay!
Hi, Faye. Yay, Faye.
And Robert X.
Faye. Hop in, Faye. Come and say hi, Faye.
Does anybody know if Robert X is a gamer?
Ask Robert X. He's in the chat.
Robert X, are you a gamer? And if you are, is your nickname X Bob?
Is Robert X describing Jimmy? Is he? I am so going to get. I am so going to get cancelled.
That's why I've been quiet lately, because I seem to offend everybody every time I make a statement or say something.
Yeah, but I mean, in some cases, you have to speak out. Even if somebody is an ally, you can do something wrong, and you won't. And quite often, you won't realize you've done it wrong. I mean, I would give Jimmy the benefit of the doubt on that, but he still needed to be called out for it.
I like what you're saying. Everybody can be wrong about stuff. I used to have a sign on my desk. I got it from Mad Magazine. It was on. They have this centerfold. It's always some humor, and it was just 4 yellow pages put together with big black letters. Says, "Everybody makes mistakes." And I had that on the front of my my desk. I was doing help desk work in the IT department. Half the people who came to me and saw that poster, about half of them realized the error and had a good laugh about it. The other half didn't even notice. They just thought it was a good thing.
This is funny, Randolph. Yeah, just as you put that up, Sloth Girl had sent me the same thing. I was just prepping to show hers.
Oh, great.
The exact same picture.
Oh, that's funny.
Now, would you put your money on it being Odin or Thor who arranged that coincidence?
Well, that would be Odin. Well, no, actually, it couldn't be Odin because he's asleep now.
Oh.
This is the 10 Days of Darkness, the one time a year that Odin sleeps.
What if Odin does some sleepwalking and conjures a spell? Oh, I don't know enough about these deities.
But everybody in Asgard is way too busy because when Odin sleeps, the Juntar know that this is their opportunity to attack Asgard.
It's a tough one. Maybe just credit the flying spaghetti monster then.
Yeah.
I hear he's a great multitasker. All those extra noodles.
Yeah, he'd probably step in when the other gods are too busy.
Yeah, come visit the beer volcanoes.
That was just funny, though, that you and her sent the same thing at the same time.
Oh, this is great. She might have sent it to me earlier, and I got it from her. I'm not sure where I got it from. So that's the problem with this. I'm not keeping track of where I get these things from. Hello, Faye.
Hey, Faye.
Hey.
Hey, Faye, Faye, Faye.
How's it
How are
going?
you?
Hi, honey.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm better than I was, but I'm still
Merry Christmas, son.
like 45% blind, so it's been a
Oh.
rough year.
Yikes.
So, how's everybody? What you
I'm
doing?
good.
Tired.
I ate too many tamales, and they're starting to.
Oh,
Doctor's
Hey,
off.
Doc.
How's it going, Doc?
Hello.
This one's just nice. I just really like it.
Yep.
Merry Winter Solstice for the atheist in all of us.
That would make a good greeting card that I could send out to everyone.
I'll post it on Twitter for you.
Yeah,
that like-
I'll save that for next year and maybe use it for my holiday cards. Actually, since I'm so bad at getting things done on time, I'm getting a bad echo here now. But
I'm hearing breathing.
That's me.
yeah,
Okay.
the breathing
I'm,
is
I'm
Jenny.
starting to do some
Yeah.
wheezing.
But since I'm so bad about getting things done on time, I was thinking that I should send out my Christmas cards in April and just let people wonder whether I'm early or late.
There you are.
I've learned. I started shopping for Christmas at the end of summer.
Oh, I do most of my holiday shopping on the after holiday clearance sales.
Exactly.
Pick up all the stuff for next year and just put up in the top shelf of the closet.
I do that with Halloween decorations. I go to Walmart like a day or two after and clean up.
Hey, that is literally,
everything's on sale.
that is literally how I'm making it through the pandemic.
No,
Is
no,
I've been selling all of the Lego sets that I bought at 50 to 75% off in previous years.
nothing wrong with that.
You know, that was my side hustle for years. That, you know, I'd buy the stuff at Target when it went on clearance in January and February, and I stick it in a closet for 2 or 3 years, and people pay the original retail price again.
Absolutely.
But yeah, during the pandemic, that's just exploded for me because nobody wants to go to the stores. So I've been getting tons more orders than I ever have before.
This year, my son wanted a discontinued Nerf gun, and I ended up paying $110 for it.
Holy hell, man.
Whoa.
It's an automatic. It's spectacular, and it now just sits against his wall.
I was going to say, I hope it's worth it, but if me.
Yeah, because it was discontinued, I paid triple from what it was worth when it even came out.
Oh yeah, I know what that's like. I've for several people had to search up old toys that they wanted.
It's because of YouTube. He saw it on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, it's probably on Amazon," and it was, but it was expensive.
Okay. That's a lot for a toy.
That's all he got for his birthday.
Oh.
That's what he wanted. He's an only child, so it's Christmas year round, really.
I thought it was the only child for a long time, and then I found out I wasn't.
I come from a big family, so it's that selfish wish that I was an only child.
I was an only child for a long time, but my brothers disagreed.
I'm 9 years younger than my closest age sibling, so I was almost like an only child, but with elder siblings who are a pain in the ass.
Same. I'm the oops in my family.
My family dynamic on my father's side is a bit Jerry Springer flavored.
Ew.
Jerry Springer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still got Christmas carols stuck in my head.
You want to get rid of them? Think about Disney's "It's a Small World" after all. That should do it.
Oh, that's
It's a world
torture.
of love, a world of fears, it's a world of hope, and a world of fears.
You know all the words.
It's the only ride in Disneyland that I refuse to go on.
It's actually
worse.
just bring earplugs.
The park is great for you and me. MICKUIM with you.
The happiest place on earth.
Yeah, bullshit.
The most expensive place.
I don't think they can hold a candle to the mental hospitals.
When last time I took my son to Disneyland, I ended up spending at least like $50 or $60 just on pretzels and drinks. It's ridiculous how much that place costs.
Yeah,
They won't let you bring food in.
No, they search you.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the whole theme park racket. Once they got you locked in for the day, they can charge whatever they want for everything.
I bought a banana there for $3.85.
I
US.
refuse to give you the same money.
Canada at 7-Eleven, they sell them for 33 cents each. Bananas. I was really hungry, so I just visited. I was like, holy cow, this is just crazy.
I refuse to give them money.
Yeah.
That's extortion.
Yeah,
That is-
it is. Highway robbery.
That entire downtown area around Disney is just all the prices are jacked up. It's all geared towards ripping off tourists. And
Yeah.
anyone that's dumb enough to wander over there.
Oh no.
Echo? Someone hear an echo?
Yeah, I think the echo might be coming from Doc.
Yeah, it probably is. I could try popping out and popping back in, see if that helps.
Okay, or else just
Yeah,
mute your
definitely
mic
Doc,
when you're
because
not
he doesn't
talking.
echo.
Yeah, just
Oh,
mute
by
when
the
you're
way, Doc,
talking.
congratulations.
You'll have to say it again when he comes back. I don't think he'll be able to hear you right now.
Okay.
I get distracted when I hear the echo. I end up listening to my voice.
Echo, echo, echo. I was simulated manually.
The weather outside.
But yeah, Disney is a ripoff. I live in a town that has a theme park, and it's kind of a ripoff anywhere near there as well. It worked.
Okay,
You want to rip
Did that help
off.
at all?
Yeah, it worked.
I'm not
Yeah,
hearing
it
the
went
echo
away
now.
when you did. Yeah.
That seems to have fixed it.
The thing is, you want to get ripped off? Go to a baseball game or any sports game.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That is true.
So when I was a kid, just a Dodger hat was $15, and now they're like $40. That's just that's just to get a real on the field cap. When I was
Yeah.
a kid, it was affordable.
Yeah, anything with the licensed logo is ridiculous.
Jerseys.
But when I would go, pre lockdown and all this stuff, I'd go to a baseball game, and yeah, I know I'd spend the money in the whole bit, but $9 for a Coke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, guys.
In Los Angeles, when the Rams were playing at the Coliseum, it was $100 for parking.
Wow.
Why do people still go to these things?
When I would see cars in the parking lot, I'm
won't
like,
go to
all
the
those people
movie
are rich.
theater. I won't go to the movie theater because popcorn and soda cost so much.
Well, what's really interesting, Faye, is I've discovered how little I need this stuff with this whole pandemic thing going on, and you can't go into the ballparks or anything like that. I haven't been able to go to a game, and I haven't missed it as much as I thought I would. Yeah, there you go. I like it. That is one thing, though. I did not mind as much as it cost me. I didn't mind the $100 I paid to go to a game at Wrigley because it was at Wrigley, and it's probably the only baseball game I'll ever see there.
I've been to quite a few parks. I know what you're saying. I've been to quite a few parks. It's one thing to see it on TV. It's another to actually go there. So it's an
Yeah, and the
experience.
same with Old Yankee Stadium. Oh my word! It's just too bad it's gone. It was beautiful.
It's a bit organized crimey to me. It's like, yeah, you want food? You need a drink?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly.
I don't care if you're diabetic. You're gonna have to take our food that you're not allowed to eat. Come on.
I watch a lot of hockey, and when I go see the Kings play, it's the same thing. It's like $15 for nachos, $10 for a drink. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of events are crazy that way.
It's all gonna
That's when they
change.
make
It's
a
gonna
lot of money,
change though. It's gonna change with COVID. But I'm not gonna go.
Oh.
Well, let me see what other church signs I have that can upstage that. Let me see here.
Yeah, go on, Randolph. You upstage that one. I'll see if I can upstage
Yeah.
you.
Perfect.
Okay, so battle of the church signs.
Perfect for Christmas.
Yeah.
The thing that astounded me was when I was up in Michigan, one of the churches there had a sign out front that stayed there for like a year and a half that said "Faith trumps facts." You know, so it's like, okay,
This one, Randolph.
you know right from the top these are people that you just cannot reason with.
Here you go. How's this?
Okay, do we have an applause meter? Can we get votes from the audience on
There
these?
you go. There you go. Oh my.
All right.
I've got about 500 church signs in my collection.
Yikes!
This is a good one. I do have this one. This is very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real
Okay.
good friends. Real good friends. Or there's a few jokes I was gonna tell on that, but I'm retired. I'm retired.
All right. Come on, Randolph. Your turn.
I have a lot to choose from. It takes me a moment. That's the problem with having 500 to choose from.
Wow.
I have another one ready.
Okay. I'm trying to find a really good one.
Yeah, Nacho will be coming on after me in, what is it, 2 or 3 hours here?
Well, you started an hour ago?
Yeah. Let me get back to the schedule here.
Well,
Regularly
I
schedule
can't.
her down.
I can't stay long.
Yeah, Nacho will be coming on in 2 hours.
Moo.
Okay, well, Faye, I'm glad that you came in with us for a
I'm
while.
glad you came by. It's been a while since.
Yeah, we don't get to talk to you so often.
We love you, Faye.
Oh,
Hey, yes,
thank
it's
you.
such a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for joining.
I'm not leaving yet. I'm
Good.
just saying I'm not staying for 2 to 3 hours.
That's
So-
a terrible sign.
Good one, Randolph. I like that one. I think I've got
Let's
you
see what
beat,
you got.
Chloe. I think I've got you beat.
Yep, got this one.
Bullied by my tigers.
I'm ambidextrous.
I was about to ask how the Wonderfloof twins are doing.
My tea-stained tigers are gorgeous. They're really coming along, although Fiona is my autoerotic asphyxiation kitty. She keeps trying to get into plastic bags now that she's too big to fit in jars. She's very strange. Beautiful, but strange.
I think you'll probably beat this one, Randolph. So I think you might have me
Well,
done.
I've already got one up. It hasn't come up yet.
Okay, we'll see how they go.
It's almost a double entendre, this one.
Oh, I like that.
Aren't they all?
It'd be hilarious if we both put up the same one.
Oh no.
Yeah, you beat me on this.
That sounds like a challenge.
In this round.
Haha, double entendre.
Okay.
I can
Here's Jen's.
All right.
Yay.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
I've seen this one before.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a good one.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, that's funny.
I think I may have one that can relate to that, actually.
I take it that you got somebody in your lap now, huh?
Mm-hmm. Although
Yep.
if you're a big crash, it's because he knocked my headset off my head. He does try.
Have you seen this one before, Randolph? Sorry, Faye.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, Sammy's curled up and using my ankle for a pillow again.
Oh yeah, this is a classic. This is a good one. I'm going to share one that I actually took a picture of.
Hey, on
Oh, brilliant!
It's in my own city. Just a few months ago, I took this picture.
That's
The anti-masker.
That's a good one, though.
What are they trying to say?
That's a great one.
That's a witty one that may actually get people to remember it.
Yeah. Kudos to this church for promoting the right idea.
I think you've posted this one before, Randolph.
Yes.
Right?
But not today. But I posted.
No, not that one. I mean the one I'm about to post. Not today as well, but I'm pretty sure you've posted this one.
Let's take a look at this. Yeah. This one's very Catholic.
It is, isn't it?
Oh my.
No comment.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Well, the next one I'm about to share is perfect for being alone.
Yeah, I have to keep scrolling the.
They need one that just says where the older boys are nervous.
You got one, Randolph?
You got one?
As the next Catholic, that's funny.
Here's Jen's got another one.
Oh, there's a. Have you ever seen the priest away or priest off commercial? No. It's like a commercial for priest away where you spray your kids.
No, I haven't seen this.
Oh, it's really good. Let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, it's priest off. I'm sorry. It's like clergy priest repellent.
Oh, we lost Randolph.
I was waiting for someone to notice. I thought it was. I saw a huge lag, and I was like, "Is it me? Did I drop off?"
Oh, I see. Well,
how's it going, Doc?
Anyway,
Well, that's a shame.
There's people in the green room who want to come in, so I'm gonna take off.
All right.
Okay.
No worries, Faye. We love you.
Yep.
Well,
We'll catch you later.
Not a
Good to
problem.
see you, Faye.
Have a good one.
Later on.
Be nice to each other. Bye.
Yep. Bye bye.
Move beef.
Yeah, and we've got.
Oh,
Randolph's
yeah,
back in their stool.
There's a bug in the web browser that StreamYard picks up on once in a while and causes it to freeze out, and that's why I got disconnected there when I share screens. But here we go. This is what I was saying, is this one would be the good follow-up to the alone comment.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I've heard them sing about the devil's doorbell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's doorbell. Oh, I think I've got a meme for that, too. Let me see if I can find it.
Ding dong on.
I like this one, but I know you posted this one as to Randolph before, so I like this one.
Oh, that's
They
funny.
have to know. They have to know that these are.
Oh,
I'm sure some of them do it deliberately.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking, too.
Oh, okay. Titan Uranus says this is Psalms 81:10. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth, and I will fill it.
It's a real thing in the
That's
Bible.
an actual Bible quote, huh?
Holy cow!
Nice.
Yeah, some of these signs, I really have to wonder if it isn't a church volunteer who's just trying to have fun at the pastor's expense.
Yeah.
I like this one because it's very self-aware.
Nah.
To be fair, it's Houston. To be fair, that's in Houston.
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair to pagans, yes, that is a religious ritual. Oh. Yeah. And
How's it going, Elf Buster? Is that a onesie?
Oh, we lost Randolph again.
oh, well, I'm
That's
sure
a-
he'll be back in a minute.
You know someone who makes. Do they have a onesie shop by your house? There-
There he
He
is.
might sew them himself. You never know.
Oh no, StreamYard
You know-
triggered it again.
Stool, are you masturbating an invisible penis? Are you?
That looks like a
Yeah.
cheese grater.
Yes, Jen. This is what we're doing.
Grater for that.
And Sloth Girl had another one here.
Christmas tip:
Okay.
wrap empty boxes and put them under the tree. Every time your child acts up, throw one in the fire. Oh, don't do that.
That's kind
That
of
would be
horrible.
horrible.
That is cruel.
That is
No.
just fucking cruel.
No.
I'm glad my parents never had that idea. That's something they would have done.
I saw a posting recently on Twitter about somebody. She was complaining about her kid spending all this time on Minecraft, and he built a whole city or something in the Minecraft, and he spent a couple of years doing it. And she got so mad at him, and she went and deleted it all. And he was furious with her. Like, you don't do that to a kid. You can
No.
ground them and say no computer time, but you don't delete their creative works.
Yeah,
No,
that's like destroying artwork.
Oh, it's
my
awful.
My son
That
has
kid
been
will never
playing
forgive her for that.
Minecraft.
for sure.
My son has been playing Minecraft for like 7 years or some outrageous amount, you know.
I'm running a Minecraft server for my kids, and they've got their friends in it, and I'm considering setting one up for the atheism communities.
I've been kind of wondering why somebody hasn't done that by now. I don't play the game myself, but there just seem to be so many people in the group.
Oh, I think I know the answer. Is it because Minecraft is really shit?
Thank you, Stu. Thank you.
Thank you,
Merry-
Stool.
Merry
Yes, I
Christmas.
thoroughly agree
Merry
with that.
Christmas.
Minecraft is
There's
great.
people who like it and people who don't. It's just like with anything.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Stool,
It
but
could be
it is
true.
immensely popular shit.
It is. You know, I thought it, my son. I sat there. I fall asleep to the music. I think the Minecraft music is amazing. My son will play it, and I'm out. I'll sit on the couch and I'm snoring to that music.
Okay, the only thing about
I'm sorry, I
Minecraft.
have to get
now.
going.
Just to put this into perspective,
I'm very sorry, I have to get going.
Oh,
It was
okay,
nice
Randall.
chatting with everybody. Happy Christmas and Merry New Year, and thanks for having me on.
See you
Okay.
later, Randolph.
Well, thanks for coming and sharing all the jokes.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh
fun.
Good to see you,
Bye,
Randolph.
Randolph. Have a good Chrissy.
I may have to take off myself for a while because I'm starting to fade. I may have to lie down.
Yeah, well, you should
you're
go get
all
yourself some sleep.
rubbish. You're so rubbish. You just can't do it. You've not got the stamina.
No, I don't have the stamina. I'm not 23 years old anymore. That was 40 years ago.
Stool, you were missing for a while, and popular opinion was you were asleep.
Who, me? Oh no,
Popular
you-
opinion.
No,
can
Stool
fuck
was
off.
missing for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
He
you
was,
do look
wasn't
like a man fresh from a
people
nap.
think he dozed off on us.
Yeah, fresh from a nap, talking shit.
If we're going to talk about shit that people consume, I mean, people drink panda poop tea.
Panda
Oh.
poop tea? What?
Yeah,
Yummer.
it's a Asian delicacy where they feed the tea.
Okay,
tea
so
plant.
this is like the civet coffee.
I was going to ask
they
you.
let it go through like the coffee, and it goes through the digestive tract to the panda, and then they make a tea out of it. So they make
Oh,
literally
wow.
make a tea out of panda poop.
I don't think
I didn't know about that one. Didn't know about the pandas.
The look on your face, son.
Sad thing now is that the Civic Coffee has become popular enough that they've started factory farming the cats to make it.
Yeah, the coffee is called Cooper Lawak.
Yeah.
Cooper, blah.
Well,
It's
I
the
never
most
drink
expensive
coffee
coffee
anyway.
in the world, apparently. It's a delicacy.
Yep.
I'm one of
wouldn't
those
drink
rare
it,
people
but
who's from the
hey.
city. Like I'll try almost anything, but I am squeamish on certain things. If you tell me what it's made out of, I probably won't eat it. But if you just were like, here, drink this, I would drink that. Just sounds wrong. Just sounds awful.
It always does.
Ugh. I went to an ostrich festival in Arizona, and I thought it was cruel and unusual because people were riding ostriches as people are walking around eating ostrich. It was the weirdest thing to me. It was in Chandler, Arizona. I don't know if they still have it every year.
I've
but
eaten crocodile in a crocodile park, so
I guess I'm too much. I'm one of those weird liberals that they talk about, I guess. It was just so weird to me.
Thank you, Clara. Yeah, I found this last year at Squall Mart, and it just spoke to me. The sweater or sweatshirt.
yeah, because it's got a cat on it.
I think I'm wearing.
Well, that too.
It
Plus,
should actually say Merry
plus the
Cat.
whole thing is Mary whatever. You know.
Merry whatever. Why didn't it say Merry
I'm wearing
Catmas
my-
would have been cool as well.
Well, because this is Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat doesn't like the holiday.
Grumpy Cat is amazing.
Grumpy Cat.
I'm wearing my I believe in Santa Claus.
Okay, then.
I had last night. I had that stupid. Not stupid. It's a nice song. Maybe it's cold outside. Stuck in my head.
You did.
I really did. I couldn't shut up. And he wouldn't sing the other half of it. It was really annoying.
It's because the internet has ruined everything for me. Has officially ruined everything for me. So that song creeps me out now.
I really can't stay.
There's a
I
shop.
have to go away.
There's a shop in downtown Pittsburgh in the area they call the Strip District with all sorts of strange meats. You can get emu, you can get alligator, you can get. Say again?
Oh.
Emu, not emu. Emu.
To be
Moose
fair,
beef.
I
am being grammatically a pain in the ass at the moment.
You know what? Anybody who says emu needs to be deaded.
Oh, actually, emu would be spelled IMU. Yeah. No, EMU would be emu.
Emu. See now, emu.
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 No.
Emu.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Spanish,
Jeff,
let's say
what is wrong with
Dalek
these
wrong.
people?
That was really frustrating.
Three
Dalek.
fucking letters and they can't say it. This is why America is shit.
They can't say Dalek either. It's really
I know.
annoying.
The crap.
I say Dalek. I don't know.
I
what
can
it
drive
is
through
with them.
Kent without a border. The Kent that I know doesn't have a border through it.
And Randolph is Canadian, and he was saying Dalek wrong, so it's not Americans.
He was saying Dalek.
Yeah, he was saying it with a long A.
Yeah, you said Dalek.
Not an A. Dalek.
Dalek?
Yeah, Dalek.
Dalek.
Oh, yeah, Sloth Girl.
Dalek.
There's, I don't know if it still exists or not, but downtown Cleveland, there was the West Side Market, which was an open air market with a roof over it, believe it or not. And so many stalls there would have goat. And especially around April, they did a very, very large traffic in goat. I've never had goat.
Okay.
I'd like to try it.
So goat is actually really good, and cow's tongue is really good too.
I love cow's tongue. Oh my word!
Cow's
Yeah.
tongue. I get
my God.
In Spanish they're called lengua, so I get lengua burritos all the time.
Okay
All the
then.
time. And goat isn't that bad.
I've never tried it. I'd love to. I'd love to try it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had goat.
I work on a ranch, and next door, the woman who owns the property next door, she always gives us goat meat and all kind. Well, I hope it's goat meat. She just says it's goat meat. But she gives me fish all the time. Like, she's an adventurer. Like, she goes deep sea fishing. Like, one year she gives me this giant brick, and she's like, "Here's 15 pounds of tuna from the ocean." You know, it was good.
Okay, have you noticed any correlation between neighbors going missing before the goat meat shows up?
There you are.
We used to say that in Tijuana. When I was a kid, we used to go to Tijuana to drink, and my friend used to always tell me, "You see any stray dogs running around here?" I didn't eat anything in Tijuana until I was almost in my 30s. He scared me so much on eating the food there.
I've got a picture for Sloth Girl Purple. She asked to see something and I found it for her.
See, Julie agrees with me. Goat is amazing.
Okay.
Goats are amazing.
Well,
there you go.
There you go, Sloth Girl.
Is that the Californian emu? Emu?
Stop saying that. Oh.
Emu. It's my Southern California twang.
Hey, upside down, Jen. I don't like these people.
That did not mute fast enough.
Okay, so Andrew is not kidding, because in LA they a couple years ago they did this huge FBI raid, and most restaurants that were claiming that they had fresh fish, it was whale.
Okay,
Oops.
I'm drawing.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, they tested all of it, and they put it in all the newspapers. It was you probably have eaten whale and didn't know it, because I'm sure it's cheaper to chop a whale up. I'm completely ignoring you. I'm completely
two things that must not be talked about. Okay, number one is fish. Number two is the emu, whatever an emu is. Don't even. Whoa.
Where'd that go?
Am I not muted?
That was
no, apparently not.
That sounded glorious, though.
It was glorious, yeah.
Doc's new.
I'm so sorry. Wow. I was sure I was muted. This thing is messing with me.
Oh, I've been waiting for that to happen to me at some point, because there's been times I've missed hitting my mute button. For me, mostly it's the coughing. I've been expecting that I'd be hacking to the point that nobody could hear anything.
Moo.
I cough so much, I just count it as breathing.
Well, for me, it's part of my allergies, but it's like, I get a hack that makes people think I've been smoking for 30 years, and I never did.
I smoked for 20, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah. And well, especially now with the COVID, that's been a real problem. The slightest little cough and everybody panics around you.
Yeah.
So I've noticed more than once someone will cough in public and every person turns and looks at them like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yep.
It's a thing now. I used to think it was just a funny joke, but people actually do it now. And I've caught myself like just, kind of holding it in at the store. It's sad, but true.
I'm going to go lie down. I'm going to be back in a little bit. Okay, kids?
Yep.
I'll make some room here. And
the New Zealand moa is recently extinct. They were doing fine until humans showed up on the island.
And to answer Aunt Jer's question, that was a great episode. And that's when I forgot her name. That was a great episode. I miss Torchwood.
I was not a big fan of Torchwood because I thought it was shit. There's only one good thing about
What's that?
That thing is that there are still people who don't understand I mean, the stupid people, obviously. There are still stupids on this planet who don't understand that Torchwood is an anagram of Doctor Who. I mean,
yeah,
hey,
it's just amazing that.
I never saw the Torchwood series, but I saw the Doctor Who episodes that led up to it.
This is why I don't like people, because people are
show.
stupid.
They,
Very, very stupid.
you would not like living where I live, Stool.
Oh, you'd hate it more here, you bald cunt. You'd fucking hate it.
You know, yeah, I would. I've been there. I would.
Fucking hell. I'm a white dude and I hate it. Shit. So fucking shit.
It's gonna be sad when
Okay, to be fair, Stool, you think everything is shit.
This is very true. Especially people who say emu. What?
See, now I can't even say it right because you've said it so many times.
Why? Just
I
why?
have a Southern California twang to my voice. It's just the way it is.
It's not about your accent. It's about basic spelling and pronunciation.
Emu.
What? Stop doing that. It's
English.
disgusting.
He just wants
emu. Emu? Emo. Meow. I'm completely fucking with you on this one. Emu.
I am sure that one of these times YouTube is going to cancel my stream because there's going to be something copyright playing on the monitor behind Godless.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't even think about it.
Oh, did he accidentally have the gay porn on again?
No, I'm just sure at some point something's going to come on with a recognizable trademarked logo and YouTube's going to cancel my stream for a copyright infringement.
Sorry. And it's from that company that strikes everybody, too.
Yeah. Well, I had NBC come after me one time, so.
Yikes.
And the Discovery Channel.
Yikes.
That's a really dirty joke, Aunt Jo. How dare you?
What? I missed a dirty joke?
Aunt Jo's trying to be clever and rude.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I don't, that was not the one, but I don't approve of such perverseness on Jesus's birthday.
So when little baby Jesus was born, did he know everything, or did he just come to Earth in a pod like Superman?
Oh, okay. Well, there is the theory that the star that the Magi followed was actually a spacecraft, so they could have just beamed him down.
Oh. I have a book that claims that Halley's Comet is what they were following.
Yeah, I've heard that one too. I don't know if it really tracks with the time or not.
Exactly, but it's one of the. Where's my book? It's right over here.
But you know that we had that thing a couple of days ago, didn't we? And I forget what it's technically called, where the lovely, sexy planets.
Yeah, the convergence.
And that's got a colloquial.
Yeah, they called it the Christmas star.
Exactly. And the last time it happened was, I think, 800 years ago.
Yes, yeah, about that.
Just saying.
Mew.
Mew. Mew, mew.
I really do hate people who say emu. It just winds me up because it's.
Emu.
How can you get 3 letters wrong in such a big way?
Have you
Ridiculous.
Have you ever met an American? Emu.
An emo emu.
Well, and again, that's going to come down to which American did you meet from which region of the country,
and what accent do they have that pisses you off?
Yeah,
which seems to be every accent.
Well, you know, and then you've got the concentrated areas like, you know, New York City has a half dozen distinct accents in one city.
And New Jersey as well, depending on where you are in New Jersey. Maine, Boston as well.
Of course, you know, the Brits can't really say anything about that because they do the same thing. You know, 10 miles apart, people have completely different accents.
To be fair, in LA, every block has different gangs, so it's kind of the same thing.
It happens in Iowa too. Lots of people have different accents.
Yeah, I think basically every time Halley's Comet comes around, some cult predicts that it's the end of the world. There's a lot of comet cults in history.
Hale-Bopp one was exciting because that's in living memory.
Yeah.
That was...
Well, at least they only took out their own members and nobody else. Although apparently the church as such still exists on the internet.
Somebody probably
That's
bought the
bizarre.
rights.
Yeah, so apparently it's still being maintained by a couple of surviving members that were ordained by the founder.
Yikes. It's just a way to steal money.
I need to learn how to do that one. What Sloth Girl just said. The Riemann will teach me how to do that.
Oh, I'm...
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing with a new border and a trade agreement?
Wanker.
Yeah, I know that the world has ended a couple dozen times in my lifetime, so, you know, I've come to stop worrying about it.
Raptures. How many raptures have we lived through just since 1999?
End of the world! Or the beginning. End, beginning, big change.
When I was in... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. You go.
Okay, good. So when I was in junior high, there was this scary guy that would stand on the corner with the end is nigh sign. Poor guy. The end of the world never came for him. I kind of feel sorry for him now. It was like 26 years ago. It was a while. 27, you God, I'm old. It was 27 years ago.
Yeah,
and
we'll blow up the world for you, buddy. Don't worry.
He would scare the crap out of school kids is what he would do. Try to
the thing I don't get is why there are these pastors who have predicted the end of the world 4 or 5 times with specific dates.
Ron Parsley.
And yet they still have a following.
Ron Parsley, 8808.
Yeah.
He should.
You know,
it's
like after they've made a specific wrong prophecy about a great event 4 or 5 times, why does anyone listen to them anymore?
I agree with you. I think people are insane, especially the TBN preachers in America. They've, you know, quite a few times they said either Jesus is coming back or the world's going to end on a specific date, and it flat out doesn't happen.
Well, and we're seeing a rash of that now about, you know, ones that said that, you know, God told them that Trump was going to win the election.
It's fear. It's fear.
The end of the world people are dicks. But what is really worrying is that Mike Pompeo, who kind of has a bit of an important job, or did, in the America land, believes in the end times. And it's on record, it's on video. You can see him talking about the end times when it will get rid of all the gay people.
Okay, but George Bush said he was talking to the Lord. And we all didn't die. So, you know, it was scary back when George Bush said it, and he had his finger on the, you know, on the codes.
On the button. Yeah. But whose button did he have his finger on?
Well, Laura always smiling, you know. So maybe he lays the pipe down properly.
The
Oh!
devil's doorbell. Never push the devil's doorbell.
Dun, dun.
I like to push it like
Little man in a boat.
Oh, canoe. Upside down, Jen.
Yeah.
Upside down, Jen. It's a little bald man in a canoe.
really.
Yeah. I'll explain it to you later, Will. Don't worry about it. Don't.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll give him a guided tour one day.
I'm an American. I'm an American. I need charts and graphs.
Guided tour. Don't worry.
You know, that's one thing I did not know about Jehovah's Witnesses. I thought they just produced hobos and angry people. Because most people that I've met that were raised Jehovah's Witness were people that I met on the streets or people that were just blatantly angry.
Well, we've got a number of ex-JWs in the community. You're not your witness being the most notable one.
I have a good friend who's an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and he's like a success story. But he traveled around. He's like one of those people that's has dreadlocks and flip-flops.
There's a JW church right next door to my work.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I should hope that when Trump was pumped up on meds, that they would have, used the powers to, temporarily pass the powers on to Pence until he was out of the hospital.
I always thought
I don't know if they officially did that or not, though.
I always thought we had safety protocols up until 4 years ago. I always thought that we had, there was procedure to this stuff. And then Donald Trump became president. So who knows what's possible.
I personally have always tried to hold the reassurance that there were enough people aware of how unstable he was that at least one person made a typo in the copy of the codes they gave him.
I would hope not.
An intentional typo to make sure that he couldn't launch anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He openly threatens other countries. He was a scary dude. Scary dude.
Well, and as a reaction to that, North Korea specifically did everything they could to develop a delivery system that could reach the U.S.
Yeah. And it's not. The sad thing is, it's not going to hit a city like L.A. They're going to hit like Washington or something. It's dumb. It's just awful and pointless. All because Donald Trump felt like talking trash to world leaders. California learned the lesson with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I hope America learns the lesson with Trump.
America will never learn the lesson.
I hope so, but
Arnold Schwarzenegger came in. He gutted all these kinds of programs. Like he defunded people with special needs. He took money away from schools. So we'll see if people learn. We'll see.
You're a big country with a lot of people, and none of you can pronounce the word emu.
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem I see with Trump is that the election showed that nearly half of the people are still willing to follow him. So there isn't really any indication that we learned much because he got about the same number of votes he did in 2016.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that changed the election this year was that we managed to get more of the young people to actually vote with the mail-in ballots.
It still shocks me how he gets people who he affects, he still gets them to vote for him. So he defunds everything out of all these social programs, and it's usually the poor people from the South who are using these programs. They're voting for him.
Yeah.
It scares me.
I really had a hard time understanding why anybody would support him. But I really think the explanation is the people who vote for him are because they want to be like him. That's what they aspire to be.
Wow.
They want to be tyrants who can get away with anything.
Completely.
I'm kind of lucky because I can see this from two perspectives because I can see your Trumpinism and my
How's it going, Nacho?
and my Brexitinism, and I kind of understand why these people vote for these idiots. I understand why they do it. I don't like it, but it's about needing to be able to have a fight. They're people who need an enemy. They need somebody to fight, and if they've got somebody who will say, "Hey, let's fight these people," they'll go for it.
It just seems idiotic. I don't vote for people who vote against my interests.
Yep.
And want to take away what little freedoms are left.
Yeah, Robert X. Pretty much everything but the crucifix and the nativity scene about Christmas are pagan. Jesus was really wedged in there at the last minute of something that was already a compilation of at least, several dozen pagan celebrations. Everything from Druids to ancient Rome.
I'm trying to look it up, but most of Mexico City was built on top of Mayan ruins, and the church literally put churches on top of all the ruins. So Christianity has a great track record of doing that, of usurping holidays and anything they can get their hands on.
Oh yeah, and doing the best they can to erase the previous culture. The Catholic Church has performed so many genocides through history.
Because when I was in Mexico, the running joke was that the Mayans built the sewer system because they still burnt their trash. They still did a lot of things. And this was in the early 2000s that I was there. And I didn't know if, because local legends just get mixed up and people start telling themselves stories and then it just becomes a joke. And after a while, I didn't know if it was just local legend or if it was just a joke.
Kaganer of Catalan? No, I don't know what that is, Hunter. Do you want to come in and tell us about it?
Sounds good.
Let me send you a link on Twitter in case you didn't get one before.
But that's something I've seen with my own two eyes, that you can see where the Catholic Church built on top of where there were, because some of the roads were still standing were built by the Mayans.
Okay, Andrew, I sent you a link on Twitter if you want to come in and explain to us what that was. I probably am not even pronouncing it right, so.
Jen, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Sorry,
I was looking stuff up. I was trying to figure out for something for our stream tomorrow if I could get more guests on than just 6. Yes, and I know Stall's thing is got use Restream, but Restream's got a pain in the ass because I was just looking at it.
It's not a pain in the ass. Restream is sexy.
Here's the commercial.
It's another one from Sloth Girl. A very Merry Christmas. According to our test results, Joseph, you are not the father. Yeah. I haven't really looked at Restream.
It does give you 10 guests, even in the free version, but...
Godless Scummer, how's it going?
Yeah.
It's not going to be as easy to hook up with OBS, so I can do my own stuff. So.
Restream is actually very sexy. I think it's more sexy than StreamYard.
Do you pay for it? Still, or
No.
you use the free one?
The free one is really very nice. It is nicer than StreamYard, in my opinion. The only problem I've had with it is that when I set up a streamer in advance, which they call an event, and I did that once, I set one up, and because I'm a penis, I accidentally booted myself out of the stream, and I couldn't get back into it because I wasn't there, so I couldn't let myself back in. It was weird.
So
But I did-
Restream is
Just log back into your own account, though. And it should give you. Yeah, their interface is a bit crappy, in my
No,
opinion.
I disagree. I think it's sexy. I would like to lick it. It is very good. If it wasn't for that whole shenanigan shit show that I had, where I couldn't get back into my own fucking stream, then I would award it 8 out of 10 penises.
All right, I have a question for you though. Where do you get the link to send people to join?
Oh, bless. Oh, aren't you cute?
Oh, here we go, Andrew.
You can just copy and paste the one from across the top, right in your taskbar. So in your browser location, but Restream doesn't do that.
Okay.
Okay, you are definitely an upside down person, because if you're using StreamYard, you don't click the link in your browser fucking bar. That's not what you do. Well, you can do
just grab it from the top.
You can do if you want to, but
Okay, well, if you're going to get into the
Stupid.
technical stuff, you can do that privately later.
Yeah, we can do that privately later.
So we invited Antur in here to explain what she was talking about.
Yay!
Okay.
Hi,
So,
Andrew.
hi. So, it's a character in and I believe it's pronounced Catalan, in Spain area. And I also believe it's pronounced Kagunner. I don't speak Spanish.
Kaga what? Sorry.
Ner.
Kaga nar.
these guys can't pronounce emu. You're wasting your time.
Emu.
Anyway, it is a character in their nativity scene that's always off to the side, squatting down, taking a shit.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about that. Somebody had posted something on Twitter about it.
I have been, because I think more people need to know about this. And
Okay.
it's especially appropriate for this year. There's also another one that I believe is pronounced Tio de Nadal.
¿Qué es ganar?
And it's a log that you keep warm. You put a little blanket on it and you like feed it. And I forget what day it happens, but the children all gather around and beat it with a stick until it shits out candy.
Oh.
Sounds like something like a prototype pinata.
Maybe. But same geographical area. Poop fetish, I guess. But I think it's especially appropriate this year.
¿Qué es ganar en España?
Well, and as a special treat just for those in the inner circle,
Yeah.
in the Twitter Mid-America chats, Sloth Girl posted a pinata joke that I will not share publicly here.
Ooh. I gotta look now.
Beware only if you're into very dark humor.
I can't see it unless I get out of StreamYard.
Well, you can look at it later.
Yeah.
I'm curious to
It's
see
just-
what Gullah Sewing finds out.
Oh, the Spanish translation is awful for Apple. Awful. They sent me somewhere else. But I also think it's because I say a lot of dirty words into my phone, so it's constantly sending me into these really improper places. In English and Spanish.
Well, I'm assuming it's related to the word caca.
I agree. No, I agree with you. But I grew up in more in the in like the Mexican American culture,
Yeah.
which is so far removed from Spain.
Yeah.
And you know, where I live, Mexico's within driving distance.
Yeah.
So when I would like go see family members, we'd get in the car and just go drive 7 hours. So
Yeah, but there may be some words that are close enough you can figure it out.
it depends on Castilian is a different language. Well, it depends on the dialect where the person's from, and you know, it's kind of like I thought I heard someone speaking Portuguese, and I was like, nope, I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I tell people I speak Mexican Spanish.
Yeah.
Is that having ducks on the veranda, Portuguese?
I thought I was global because I spoke Spanish. I thought, and then someone spoke like Spanish to me, and I was like, oh, I have no idea what this person is saying at all.
Who the fuck?
I
did
understood
that?
you there, Perp.
You bad evil people. Oh Christ.
What's wrong now?
Okay, I had a little snooze, okay? But don't you hate it?
Josh.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Junk Shop says I blinked sideways and would have goddamn sworn that stool was a Tim Curry as Long John Silver gif.
You know what? Junk Shop, you can stick your coffee up your ass.
Yeah.
I like Microraptors.
Be nice at
comment.
Junk Shop, damn it. Be nice.
Yeah, Microraptor says the Spanish for poop and the Swedish for cookie are pronounced the same.
I knew a woman from Argentina, and her name was Mirda.
Ow.
And in Spanish, that means shit. But apparently in Argentina, it means something. And she would say, "Oh, my name's Mirta," and it's literally it translates to shit. But you know, it's accent. It all gets lost in translation.
Isn't there a Portuguese word that's mira and it means like beautiful or something? Like something that you like call out to
It's
like
close. It's
a woman on
yeah.
the street, like, hey,
It's the same
mira,
in-
mira.
It's mira, but it's the same in that's Spanish.
Mm.
It's kind of like I say "Kiavad Baridad," and I got that from Ricky Ricardo, and I'm not Cuban. I got that when I was a little kid, and people in Mexico say it. It's kind of like I say "Kiavad Baridad" all the time. It's like you're dumb. It's like telling somebody like, "Are you that dumb?"
Well, wait a minute. Did Ricky Ricardo say it while he was Cuban or while he was Puerto Rican?
While Puerto Rican.
Yeah, at some point in the filming of the show, they changed that because the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, that was such a good show. I watched that show as a kid.
And I distinctly remember a line in one episode, you know, where his neighbor Fred is saying, "I thought you were Cuban." He says, "No, Puerto Rican." You know, it's like they specifically had to go and point that out.
I love that. That's how they used to do it back in the day. They would just deal with it. And when they would switch characters, they would be like, "Oh, you've changed." And they'd be like, "Yes, I have." That's how they used to do it back in the day. So
People always did things back in the day. Why don't they do those things now?
to be fair, I used to watch soap operas with my mom when I was a kid. They would do it a lot in soap operas too.
Well,
they would just announce.
Doctor Who, of course, is the master that they wrote it right into the mythology of the character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to change actors periodically, and it's just going to be part of what this character does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's what conditioning will do for you.
Well, and that's what's allowed the show to survive for so many decades.
Absolutely. I'm biased. I love Doctor Who. I almost got your stream shut down because I had it going behind me.
Actually, the display was so small I couldn't really tell what you had running. But
I figured it gets blurred out because I have a really odd lighting in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really just making a joke of it, but you never know with YouTube if they recognize a logo on anything.
There was one night that I came in singing the Who on Stool's stream, and I think he got in trouble for that.
It's only Stool.
I had just listened to the song and it was catchy, so I came in singing the song.
Bleh.
What?
Just breaking the silence.
Oh, okay.
I know. When I lean in, I'm reading the chat because I'm too pretentious to put my glasses on. There we go. I can see the chat from here now.
Jesus Christos. I just got like a dozen notifications from Twitter, like all at once.
Yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol is definitely my all-time favorite Christmas movie.
I was before the stream. I was listening to the Run DMC Christmas song because I forgot about it. When I was a kid, I used to obsessively watch MTV, so I love all the old MTV music videos.
That should have been Nerdy Rodent's line.
Is he here?
He was earlier, but I think he's gone.
I wanted to say something about Microraptor's comment about the Jurassic Park, and Galasoan can correct me if I'm wrong, but Isla Muerte, I think that's like Island of Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that it was at least similar to when they talk about Day of the Dead.
Yeah, if you see that word, run in the opposite direction. Or peligroso is danger. It's danger, and then it just means run.
Yeah, the Muppet Christmas Carol, if you had it on VHS, it contains a song that was not in the DVD version.
Ooh.
So now I'm annoyed because I only have the DVD, so.
Well, but does Sloth Girl have the VHS?
No.
Oh.
I don't have any VHS anymore either. During my move from New York to Michigan, I, decided it was finally time to give up the VHS collection.
I hope to grow up one day and get rid of my VHS collection. I have that's only half of what I have. And then in my storage unit, I was shocked and horrified to see that I still have stacks of VHSs that are like at least 5 feet high.
Well, until about 2000, I still had a box full of 8 tracks. Because again, I had some stuff in there on 8-track that I could not find on cassette and never came out on DVD.
That's my problem. I try to buy a lot of the stuff I have, but there's certain things I have on VHS. Well, where's here? Here, Microraptor. There's a VHS right there. There you go.
Yeah, if I had kept all that stuff, I would need a TARDIS to keep it in.
That's the problem.
Need a good TARDIS. TARDIS is fun. Where's mine?
You act like you have one.
So what's the copyright? How can I flash this too many times?
Is that a cookie jar?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, here, you got something to show off?
You can push the top and it makes TARDIS noises, but the battery's flat, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've got other stuff in it, so yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Really? Does it hold like infinite cookies?
I wish. That would be very bad for me.
I had a cookie habit for a while.
There was some story about a guy with a genie that I don't know. I don't remember how it went, but it was this guy who was trying to win the princess type thing, and the king gave him 3 impossible tasks, but he found a genie, and one of the thing was to have a coin purse that would always have 2 coins in it, no matter how much he put in or took out.
Oh wow.
So it's like, yeah, anything you wanted to pay for, you just had to pay 2 coins at a time. And eventually, you'd have, however much money you needed.
But make sure that you never put anything in it.
Yeah.
Like your hand.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I mean, genies are bastards, so you just know the genie will go, hey, you could only ever have just 2 coins in this purse. So you put your hand in and you lose your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Here's from the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
When love is gone is the song Belle sings after Ebenezer breaks up with her.
Wow.
And it doesn't exist on the DVD version.
You know,
No.
I probably have that in the rafters.
Yeah.
Version,
It's not on the DVD version, but if you get it on Disney Plus, it's been restored.
Oh
I
wow.
wonder if it's on
Why on
YouTube
earth
somewhere.
did they remove it? I don't get it. It's the best song in the whole movie.
Apparently, it was just a thing that they had lost the original for it when they produced the DVDs, and then somebody found a copy of it later.
Oh.
Oh, let's see if Sewing Junior
Oh.
listened to what I was saying.
No, Lone Wanderer says it's not on the Disney Plus one.
Nope, he did not listen to what I told him. It's Christmas. At least he's not in the chat tonight.
It's a beautiful song. It still exists on the VHS version. And I believe there are edits where people have put it back in to the DVD. You get lower quality, of course, for it, but
Yeah, well, I'll have to look and see if I can find a copy of it just for when I'm watching the movie. But with the genie thing, I had done that way back before the internet when we just had the local BBSs. That was something I had put up, was for people to tell me their 3 wishes. And I was going to interpret them both as Robin Williams as the genie and as Jafar as the genie. What your results would have been. So it's like, yeah, what if you got a helpful genie, and what if you got a genie who just gets his jollies out of screwing people over?
Microraptor.
This was a good point that was brought up. Did anyone realize Santa's a real asshole? If he knows when you are sleeping, he would know that Rudolph was being bullied.
yeah. No, the scene was cut from the movie because when Disney released it to DVD, they decided the song was too sad for kids.
Mm.
And after they deleted it, they no longer had the original things to put it back in. So Disney, it's a Disney thing. Disney decided it wasn't worth it.
Microraptor, every year when I hear The Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart song, I imagine myself telling the singer, you do this every year, maybe monogamy isn't for you.
But for anybody who's interested in what the song was like, here's a link to it on YouTube.
Okay, I'll have to flag that for later.
Quality is not great in the video, but the song's there.
Okay, thanks for finding that. I'll have to listen to that later on.
I love that song. It's gorgeous. I was most disappointed in Disney when it was removed. It should never have been removed. But that's Disney for you, isn't it? You can just imagine. I mean, I know they're saying that they're going to release an R-rated Deadpool.
Yeah, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna, unless they release it as a movie, but not as a Disney movie. Like if they do it as they may do an arrangement with Sony as part of their being able to keep hold of Spider-Man, so that it can be released under Sony's label, so that they can do it and not piss off the fans, which I wouldn't mind as an option. You know, imagine Deadpool in the showing up in Venom.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Disney goes out of their way to ruin everything, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, the Marvel movies on Disney are absolutely stunning. They are brilliant.
They've done a pretty good job with the Marvel universe.
I mean, if you can erase the last two sequel movies from Disney,
the Star Wars movies,
Disney have done a pretty good Star Wars set. It's only those two movies.
I'll give you that. I'm biased, old, and bitter.
Yeah, I mean, despite what Badger says about it, the first of the Star Wars sequels, yes, there's issues for people who take the books as complete canon, which is hard to do considering some of the books contradict each other. But you know, people have their own headcanons. If you ignore that and you go, "Oh yeah, no, this is good," that first movie kind of works. You could explain with a decent second movie why Rey was able to use the Force well enough, you know, if they'd done a decent second movie, but the second movie is shite, which led to a not very good third movie, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't really watch any of the Star Wars beyond Jar Jar, so I don't know any of the more recent stuff.
I wish Jeff was here. He does a great Jar Jar.
This is true.
If Santa saw my Instagram pictures, he'd burn my clothes and give me a Bible.
Apparently,
I don't have an Instagram.
Jeff has been on the Scotch. Apparently,
I have a dead Instagram.
Don't get him on the Jar Jar impression. that would be bad.
Well, you need a Jeff and you need Amanda, so you can Amanda reaction to Jeff doing Jar. Just saying. Oh, Jeff's in the chat.
Oh, by magic, he appears.
Oh no, he's been here for a while.
Has he? Hop in,
yeah.
Jeff. Give us your Jar Jar. Give us your best Jar Jar.
Yeah, he's been here since before Randolph left.
Mm.
Did you want to come in for a bit? Yeah, let's drop him a link on Twitter if he wants to come in.
Can you have more than 6 people?
Yeah, I can have up to 10 people now.
Okay, because I was.
Yeah, I really wish I'd paid attention to when that happened and paid for it too.
Oh, shoot!
But yeah,
I have personal issues with Disney. They buy large swashes of property and kick out
Disney
locals.
is evil. The company itself is fucking evil. But I won't say all their movies and stuff is bad because it's not.
They bought half of the mountain range of my town.
I mean, Disney is a freaking cult, except it's not a religion.
Yeah, they're no joke. They're a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Disney, the movie side of Disney, I'm okay with. That's fine because that's what they do. They make movies. Like the movies, dislike the movies. That's fine. That's their job. They make movies. But because I've produced little human beings out of my penis, I had to watch Disney fucking television, kids shows, and they're fucking evil as shit when it comes to kids shows on TV.
That sounded like you gave birth to little humans out of your penis.
Yeah, that's how it works. Did you not do biology at school?
I did, and I don't remember the bit about babies bursting forth from penises.
This is why I don't watch your stuff
indirectly.
on YouTube, because you just know nothing about human anatomy.
So what movie are you talking about specifically that scarred you? Because I'll tell you, Toy Story 3 just kind of pissed me off.
The thing
Toy
that
Story 3 pissed me off. I'm not a fan of Toy Story.
Toy Story 3 was a horror movie. It was awful.
the stuff that they do on Disney Channel, that the kids watch, I found highly disturbing.
Okay.
Very, very disturbing. I did not like it. I found it freaky and weird as shit.
Are you talking about the shows or like Mickey Mouse Club or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd have to get to a specific show.
No, everything on that particular channel. I don't know if you get it, but over here you've got Disney Channel and it's for kids.
We do.
And
I will be back again. I have to refill my swamp cooler.
And the thing that really freaked me out is there are certain shows on there. I think, what's that? Miley Cyrus. I think Hannah Montana thing was a Disney thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
That was Disney Channel.
And that one really freaked me out.
Unfortunately.
That freak, I just found it really bizarre because
I agree with you.
In a Disney TV show for kids, you'll have the star, who is a child, and then the co-stars are adults in the 30s who look like children. I find that really fucking weird. It freaks me out.
That I agree with you. They do that. That's a Hollywood trick. It's lights, glitz, and camera tricks.
I think.
Okay, so Lone Wanderer is asking, who's your favorite Disney villain?
Mine's that's a good Scar, because he was he was extra left-handed. I like Scar.
I agree with Lone. I like Ursula.
I like that Moana went gray, and in the end, you're not really quite sure who the villain was.
Wow, that's a good question.
Ursula is just so goth.
Oh, the fire in Bambi. That's a villain.
But again, Ursula, you can argue because she didn't really do anything that people didn't agree to.
Yeah.
You know, so she got killed for upholding a contract that somebody had signed to her. That's not justice.
Depends on what side of the fence you're standing on, I guess.
2 a.m. seems a perfectly reasonable time to be on the booze to me. Actually, that's usually when I'm drinking.
It's midnight and I'm drinking coffee. Cheers.
Well, you know, I generally don't start drinking before 10 p.m., so that's usually when I'm on the internet drinking, is around 2 a.m. I would be now if I didn't have to be running things for so long.
I have a coffee habit that's way worse than any booze habit I ever had.
Okay, Stool, how about you? Do you have a favorite Disney villain?
Shh. I'm doing culinary things.
Can Stool pick himself?
You know, actually, if we count everything that's Disney now, Darth Vader's got to rank up there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Emperor Palpatine.
Darth Vader is a
villains
Disney
now.
villain.
Yep.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yep. That's what Sauce Girl had, Darth Vader.
Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns is my favorite Disney villain.
Mr. Boons? What?
No, Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that Disney had The Simpsons now, too.
They own everything.
Pretty much.
Pretty soon, they'll own everything.
Yeah, I forgot about Maleficent. She's pretty awesome, too.
She is the classic one, yeah. Microraptor is saying Ursula is based on a drag queen, and somebody had told me that before. I think somebody said that she was based on one of the characters from that Priscilla Queen of the Desert.
Junk Shop is saying Divine.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was after Divine.
They look alike, very much alike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that the artist modeled their look on that.
What is happening?
Stool is stirring something.
Oh, that's right. He said the word culinary, and then I almost left.
Yeah.
Stool has culinary skills?
Well, he said he's doing something culinary, and I beg to differ.
And it's in your beard. It's in your beard.
It probably is, yeah. I've really fucked this up.
Stool is brewing a potion.
This tastes like shit.
Did you get that from someone wandering in town? Be careful. Did they happen to have a violin? Oh, Stool.
Oh God.
Yep. Max Klinger, Frankenfurter, and Marge Simpson are now all Disney princesses.
Absolutely. That's why Mr. Burns is my favorite Disney villain.
Oh wow.
I was going to say the
absolutely Microraptor. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say the Master Control Program. Favorite Disney villain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
A classic one too.
How's it going?
He was actually trying to control the world by making people not believe in the gods that had created them.
Mm.
So is Jar Jar Binks a Disney prince?
Me to not know what you're talking about, Jen.
Yeah, I guess he would be.
It's just as well Amanda's not here. She would fucking kill me for doing that.
Okay, you were talking about headcanon. You were talking about headcanon, and I had a personal theory to try and redeem Jar Jar at one point.
Darth Jar Jar. Darth Jar Jar is the ultimate Jar Jar.
Yeah. Well, no, just nothing to do with the Sith, just that Jar Jar wasn't really clumsy, but he was left-handed, so he kept going the opposite direction of everybody else and throwing everyone off. Actually, if you watch the film, he does that a lot, that everybody turns right and he goes left.
Yeah, there are lots of good pointers to suggest that Darth Jar Jar was possibly one aspect that George Lucas was considering, but you can't know for sure unless he ever owned up to it.
The gay agenda is real, Microraptor, and we are taking over.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go and finally read Discworld because people keep referencing it. I've never read that one.
Oh, you need to read Discworld. Discworld is brilliant.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it just because of people discussing it, but I haven't read the whole thing myself.
Start with the Tapping Aching stories, because there's only 6 of them, and you can follow it through, and then that gives you an idea of some of it, and they're brilliant.
Happy Hogs Watch, by the way, for bringing up Discworld.
Yeah. Yeah, Junk Shop says that Ellen Ripley is the ultimate Disney princess because they own Alien now.
Oh, I liked her bottom.
Those are great movies.
What else do they own now?
The Hogfather movie is available on YouTube. I didn't know they made it a movie.
I can't imagine Math Pig in a movie.
Well, I've heard a lot of the fanfics, so I'm a little scared of them actually putting it in a visual format.
So you know that the subtitle for the Hogfather movie will be "Squeal for Me, Piggy."
So if Simba is Microraptor is Simba a Disney princess? If never mind, I was going to say something evil. Never mind. because there's a certain Jedi that was whiny in a couple movies.
Yeah.
Okay, I
I'm so glad that wasn't me.
I will refrain. So technically, Luke was a Disney princess up until Return of the Jedi.
And then he became a prince. Does that make him a transgender character then?
And yes, I'm gatekeeping and judging at the same time. Cancel me, please.
Racist.
So are you suggesting Leia and Luke were identical twins?
What's that?
Are you suggesting Leia and Luke were identical twins?
That's not obscure or strange at all, and that is a feasible. That's a feasible hypothesis.
Except they don't look alike.
Did any of you see that thing? I think it was released a couple of years ago, but someone did this video. If Christopher Nolan directed Bambi, it's hilarious.
I think I might have seen that.
It's got all like the quotes from like the Dark Knight trilogy in there, like "This man killed my parents. I cannot let that slide." And then the scene with like the scene with Bambi, trying to stand on the ice or whatever, and it's like Thumper's like dumped over with Ra's al Ghul. It's pretty funny.
Okay, and since we had the Batman reference, here's another one from Sloth Girl.
I probably won't be on here long, guys. I'm nursing a serious hangover. I tucked into the scotch last night and I'm feeling it right now.
You're such a lightweight, Jeff. You really
The fact that you're speaking to us right now shows that you're a champ.
You are.
It's weird because I did my stream. Jen and Sewing were on there yesterday. I was already drunk about 7 or 8 beers for that point, and then ended up on Math Pigs for a little while. And I was about to go to bed, and I got an invite to come into the iNetwork.
Awesome.
So you've been a busy boy.
And I ended up on the scotch during that. So.
Imagine Cinderella done by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, it could work.
Oh boy!
No, I mean it's surreal anyway. So you add Stanley Kubrick's surrealness to and that would be a movie to watch stoned.
Absolutely.
How about the Three Little Pigs done by David Lynch?
I think any Disney movie done by Zack Snyder would be interesting.
Yeah, see, Kiss Christmas referenced in Family Guy. Kiss Safe Santa.
I've actually seen that episode.
Yeah, I've seen that episode. We want to see the rest of the movie.
Wouldn't Michael Bay be better to do the Three Little Pigs? I mean, you can have explosions each time the wolf blows down a house and everything.
Yeah, be awesome.
Or you just be
with the wolf in a giant robot suit. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. It would have to be something extra dramatic, and the pigs shooting automatic weapons at it.
Yeah.
No, see, the wolf is asthmatic, so he couldn't even blow down the first house. So he had to create a giant mecha to do it.
And you have the last pig played by Bruce Willis, and he goes, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!"
I'd watch that. I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
Now there's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I concur. As anyone who's seen my Christmas jumper will know.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't even know why we have the argument. It's a Christmas movie.
Okay. How many people here have seen the classic Bambi versus Godzilla?
I have.
I have not, but I feel I need to now.
Okay, yeah, look it up on YouTube. It's wonderful. Basically, you see Bambi grazing in the meadow with the opening credits scrolling. And as soon as the opening credits finish, you see this huge foot come down from the top of the screen and stomp him flat. And then you see the closing credits scrolling.
It is brilliant.
Aww.
Okay, I think Scar counts as a Disney princess then too.
I didn't want to say it. See, if we're doing that, then there's a bunch of people that should be on that list then.
It is something about Disney though that still is quite homophobic. Is anytime they have any feminine character, it's a villain.
Absolutely.
Shere Khan. Good example of that. I forget the actor he's patterned after. The tiger from Jungle Book.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that one. I never saw the remake. I only remember the classic animated one, and even that I haven't seen for over 50 years now.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me, but I did watch a vid once about that, how they tend to pattern Disney villains, especially back in whatever the 60s and 70s, after like famous homosexual actors.
Well, okay, and
weird thing.
I could see that as being a thing in the times in the 60s, but the point is they've continued to do it right up to the modern day.
It's because propaganda works.
Yeah.
So if they, no matter what, they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going with it until it's illegal. They're gonna keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until people stop watching their movies, basically.
Okay, yeah. If we have
Pretty
to count
crazy.
Marvel too, does that make the Hulk a Disney prince?
I think Black Panther would be a Disney prince, without a doubt.
Oh, there you go. I know. I was trying to think. Is Cap a Disney prince? Thor.
Yeah.
Thor, yeah.
Thor is the Prince of Asgard.
Yeah, exactly.
So they'd have to be called a princess or a prince within the context of it, or a king or something like that. So
Well, they haven't always been consistent with that with the Disney princesses, but now we've got to do a crossover with Tinkerbell and Ant-Man.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that. It's been like 20 minutes and you haven't called me racist yet, Stool.
I'm just ignoring. This is so boring for me.
Okay, then
I'm
leave.
reading the people in the side chat.
Exactly.
It's Christmas. It's been Christmas for 20 minutes here.
They can do good campy characters too.
It's been
and don't
Christmas
forget,
for 8 hours here, and I'm bored with it already.
I believe in Santa as an atheist. There you go.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Toy Story 4, but I know there was a big outrage about Forky.
I thought it was a spoon.
Well, it was a spork, actually.
Oh, okay. I see.
And people freaked out because Sporky had a flag on its foot.
Yeah, I had a rainbow on his shoe.
On there, yeah. And people freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, part of that is I think some people are going to be outraged about anything, but I think Disney being aware of this also feeds into that because they know it gets a lot of free publicity.
Oh, they'll make money off of anything. And I might be wrong, but does Disney have the largest fleet in the world?
I have heard they've got a larger fleet than several countries, but
I've heard they own the most ships in the world.
I
This
don't
could just
think
be-
it could go
Yeah,
that far. I can't see it, rivaling the British or American Navy.
Well, owning a ship,
Well,
you own a
the
fleet.
British Navy is nowhere near the size of the US Navy. I mean, the British Navy is relatively small compared to what it used to be.
The U.S. Navy is no joke.
Yeah.
The United States Navy is no joke.
Well, even the treaties before World War II, the British Navy was set to have something like 3 ships for every 5 the U.S. had, just because it was acknowledged that the U.S. might have to fight in 2 oceans.
Well, I mean, Britain used to have Britain's down to, I think, the British Navy now has 1 aircraft carrier. We used to have 3, so they got rid of the 3 old ones and just commissioned a new one that's went into service about a year ago. So you sort of see that it has shrunk an awful lot.
Yeah,
I think
that particular aircraft carrier is lacking something, though, isn't it?
Planes?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. I think the British Navy at present consists of 4 submarines.
United States Pacific Fleet.
You're a lazy twat. You really are. Just type. For fuck's sake. I think we've got 4 submarines. The big
And a
bollocking
partridge in a
ones.
pear tree.
We've got 4 submarines. The big bollocking ones that fire the nuclears.
3 LSOs.
Which aren't even our nuclears. We rent them from America. And you know those inflatable things that look like donuts that you sit in?
Yeah.
Dinghies.
Yeah.
Inner tubes.
But that's basically the British Navy. We've got
And the Hawker Harriers, they're part of the Navy, aren't they?
Yeah, they've been out of service for a while though.
very long time ago, yeah.
Okay, just on the west coast of America. Just on the west coast of America, the U.S. Pacific Fleet consists of 200 ships, submarines, nearly 1,200 aircrafts, and more than so basic. I'm sorry, I can't say that without laughing.
Okay,
America's not playing.
Lone Wanderer says Disney owns 4 and will have 3 more added. Is that referring to aircraft carriers?
I think, including everything from aircraft carriers through to submarines, the Royal Navy's got 34 ships or something now, so it's not anywhere near as big as it used to be. Just
on the west coast, America is not playing. They are not playing. Wow, I'm shocked at the numbers. I did not know it was that many.
Well,
wow.
I find it kind of interesting that for a country
that's a lot of ships.
Do I need to be jealous?
For a country that's literally just spent the past month telling the world that we're a sovereign nation and our waters, we will protect them. The French. We've not even got a navy. This country's a joke.
And apparently America had Armageddon in the ocean.
And leave the EU. I mean, England's proud and everything and can stand on its own. You guys are fucked if the rest of Europe gets pissy with you.
Well, and what is with the U.S. Pacific?
Hey, just call America. Anyway? We got 200 ships just on the West Coast. Yeah. I can imagine how many ships we have on the East Coast.
Okay. Why does the U.S. need that size of fleet in the Pacific when, by treaty, Japan is forbidden from having warships?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Korea and China aren't.
To this day. That's a lot of ships.
Yeah, well, mostly it's about whatever China would have.
So it's good to know if anything happened, they could end this Earth in 10 minutes.
Yeah, if they needed to, they could just finish us all.
Wow. Will. One nuclear submarine. I can't say without laughing. They have over 100 just on the West Coast. America's ridiculous.
Okay, Lone Wanderer.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. One of our biggest naval ports is Portsmouth on the south coast. That's very much a big Royal Navy port. The US aircraft carriers can't get inside Portsmouth Harbour because they're too big to get inside Portsmouth Harbour. So that says something about US.
Wow. Wow. That's very true, Microraptor, because we make weapons that are so big that we're
Well,
but technically Pearl Harbor was on US.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
And
that wasn't against yourself then, because that was the war coming to America. So
well, and actually, during World War II, the Japanese did attack America. They sent weather balloons carrying incendiary devices, and some of them have been found in Washington and Idaho.
oh, wow. Wow.
So they had sent like 1,000 of them, and they've only found evidence of like a dozen that actually made it.
it's pretty useless.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
just shows that Japan had no concept of the size of the U.S. because their intent was to start a massive forest fire that would devastate the country.
The British actually sunk one of the ships that survived Pearl Harbor.
What was the incendiary bat thing that they tried?
The British Navy sunk the USS Phoenix, which actually survived Pearl Harbor. The Royal Navy sunk it.
Oh,
Because it was sold to the Argentine Navy and renamed the General Belgrano, and it got sunk in the Falklands.
The United States was engaged in a number of secret aviation projects, so they really did set pigeons and bats on fire.
Yeah.
The bat bomb. The bat bomb. I remember the bat bomb. Yeah.
Wow, it's real.
Yeah, the bat bomb was ridiculous, but the bat bomb was hilarious because they attached those incendiary devices to the bats. They escaped tonight, went into a hangar and hid underneath it, and they set the whole fucking hangar on fire. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant.
okay. Microraptor says the last battle on U.S. territory was at 2 Island, which is off of Alaska.
Where they trained the pigeons to use pigeons as the intelligence inside a guided missile.
I remember that story as well.
They trained the pigeons to be able to peck at buttons that could guide these missiles, and then they'd sit the pigeon inside the front nose cone of it, and then they'd launch the missile, and the pigeon would keep it on track to hit the target, and then no more pigeon, obviously, but at least the target hit.
There was something I watched years ago about like the real strange weapons that were come up that both sides came up with during the Second World War. I mean, the one that was interesting that was actually seriously considered for a while was the ice ships that the British Navy were looking at.
Actually, yeah, the U.S. built one of those of transforming an iceberg into an aircraft carrier.
Didn't they also build a ship out of cardboard?
I don't know about the cardboard. They also built a couple out of concrete.
I think the biggest, the best, funniest waste of money was the CIA turning a cat into a spy device to spy on the Russians.
A cat?
$10 million in installing this radio receiver gear into this cat and everything, so they could let it go near the Soviet embassy and hope that so the cat could wander into the embassy and they could listen on everything. And the cat fucked off and got run over by a car.
Look at all the dumbass ways the CIA tried to come up with to assassinate Fidel Castro and failed every single time, you know.
Yeah, they released this cat. It wandered around the embassy for about 20 minutes, wandered out on the road and got run over by a taxi. $10 million.
That's why home of the free, land of the brave.
Crib of the stupid.
The numbers in the ocean make me scared to go to the beach now. I'm so shocked at how many ships there are in the ocean. That's like 30 miles from my house. Oh, that's funny.
Wasn't the Russian dogs with explosions things there? That was an anti-tank thing. They got these dogs and they trained them to go up to tanks.
Oh yeah.
So that they would run up to where the tanks were, and then they packed bombs around them, so they'd run up and then they'd explode. The problem was the Russians had trained them with their own tanks, so the dogs ran up to the Russian tanks.
Well, the Russians also had a formidable navy, but they also had the problem, or the Soviet Union, when it was still intact, had a formidable navy, but they had the problem of having to defend 5 non-continuous coastlines. That they could not get their ships between their coastlines without going through someone else's waters.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I think they had like a Pacific Fleet. They had
yeah. Well, they had everything from the Barents Sea down to the Black Sea.
Yeah.
You know, so they had to have a fleet in the Barents, in the Baltic, in the Black Sea, in the Mediterranean.
That's a lot of fish to defend. That's a lot of fish.
It's actually a myth that Disney had. It's actually a myth that Disney had the largest navy in the world. But at one time, but I just said this. But at one time, they actually had the world's 3rd largest submarine fleet in the world, which is interesting.
Wow.
Well, the submarines made sense for them again because they had a better chance of passing through other countries' waters without being noticed.
And I'm sorry, Robert X, did I steal your thunder? Did I describe the whole thing about the exploding dogs whilst you were trying to type it out? I apologize.
Damn it, Jen.
Yeah. I didn't know. He was typing it all out. I love the exploding dogs. That's the ridiculous things people did during.
I agree with you, Lone Wanderer. I absolutely agree with you.
Some of the things that the British did in that war that we love so much over here, apparently, are absolutely hilarious.
Every country did some things that are hilarious now.
Ingenious as fuck, but yet hilarious.
Yep.
Inflatable tanks is one of my favorites.
But a lot of that stuff worked during D-Day, and a lot less British soldiers died than American soldiers because we didn't use a lot of the crazy inventions that you guys had.
Well, think about it. I mean, on the surface of it, the bouncing bomb was, sounds ridiculous on the surface of it.
Oh, the Dam Buster was amazing.
Yeah.
Dam Busters was brilliant.
Dam Busters is amazing.
Well, they had to try out the absurd ideas to come up with the good ones.
True.
There's going to be a development phase where you try out a lot of random shit to find out that's not really going to be effective. So then you don't pursue that.
The bouncing bomb was ingenious as fuck. But the sad thing is that those guys actually did even more sexier things, and most of us
know nothing about
don't get taught about it. They did some really sexy shit, even sexier than the bouncing bomb.
Who was the guy who was? I think it was Gibraltar. Who volunteered to
the guy who invented that.
Sorry, Jeff. Go.
I was going to say the guy who designed the bouncing bomb, guy named Barnes Wallis, came up with a much better bomb, which was actually laughed at when he first proposed it, because I think it was initially dubbed the earthquake bomb, but it was actually it was actually called the tool boy, and they put it into service, and it was actually a very simple idea that to have a bomb that would penetrate the ground for before it exploded, sort of causing a bit of an earthquake effect around its target. It was actually a really good idea, and it worked but initially it was laughed at.
We have bombs like that now. They're called bunker busters.
Yeah,
they go down at least 3 stories before they explode. So they're made to go in bunkers and tunnels and to create an earthquake to make everything implode around it.
that was the Tall Boy was the sort of predecessor to all of them.
That's
but
awesome.
it was absolutely laughed at when Barnes Wallace first proposed it. But after the Dam Busters raid was turned out to be a success, they thought maybe we ought to give this guy a bit of credit here and maybe look into this a bit more.
I love hearing the stories because the good side won. So these are great stories because we're not saying it in German, and there's nothing wrong with the German language.
That's like that. That's a bit like that joke from Yes Minister about why Germany joined the European Union and the civil servant European Union to cleanse themselves of genocide and apply for readmission to the human race.
I heard that joke before. I've heard that.
Jeff, do you remember who Jean Pujol Garcia is?
Name rings a bell.
All right. He's the Spanish guy who volunteered to the British to be a spy during the Second World War, and they turned him down. So he went and volunteered to the Germans to be a spy, convincing them that he was living in London and he was high up and could feed them all this information, and he just fed them bullshit for a couple of years. The British made a big effort to find out who this guy was, and then eventually brought him to England and kept using his chains to feed misinformation during the Second World War.
I remember reading about that. I didn't remember his name.
That's awesome.
His code name was Garbo.
That was right, because I remember. Yeah, now I remember them. Garbo.
Yeah, Garbo. Quite brilliant. He was
John
He
Sharp.
was quite brilliant in what he did, and basically all he did from Spain was he was watching the newsreels, filtering out the information, and then sending it on to the Germans. But the best part about it was when they got him into England, what he would do was he would send them the information, but he'd send him good information, but just slightly late. And the way he'd do it in such a way that they wouldn't necessarily notice that he'd send it because of the time frames when he sent it and stuff like that. And then he'd give them a bollocking because they didn't read his messages and didn't respond in time. Yeah. So they gave him a fucking Enigma machine so he could send better codes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we were already broken the Enigma codes by that point.
Yeah, we had. But I mean, the point was, but they sent the latest code book with it as well. So he got this new Enigma machine with a brand new code book.
Yeah.
So I mean, the guys at Batchley were going, "Oh fuck!"
All paid off because it all paid off for.
Yeah,
all paid off for D-Day with.
Yeah, he did. He was a big part of the misinformation for D-Day.
Well, yeah, even after the landings, he sort of still sent information to them, to the Germans, sort of saying that the Normandy landing was a diversion and they were planning a bigger one in the part of Calais.
He has the singular distinction of being the only person to receive military awards from both sides.
That's right, yes, he's got the Iron Cross from Germany, too.
Yeah, he got the Iron Cross and got the Member of the Order of the British Empire.
Can't even pronounce it, Yule.
Yeah.
If you look in the side chattingtons, you'll see I've written some grown-up words, one of which is French. And it involves what Jeff was talking about with the tall boy. Because this is the story that I was kind of referencing. Most people are unaware that the bouncing bomb guys were involved in this little shenanigans.
Fortress of Miraculous?
Yeah, that's how the French would say it. And
okay, I didn't know if I was getting that right.
Basically, the Nazis had an underground, they like to build things underground because they were cunts. They had this huge...
They really did.
They had this huge facility underground.
Because building things underground was the worst thing I ever did still, yeah.
Well, no. The Nazis were really good at it. Remember, Before the war ended, they had hollowed out the entire Earth so they could live there now.
You're laughing way too hard at that stool. Oh damn it, my giggles are back. Damn it.
Oh, you cunt, Jeff.
Uh,
They built this massive, huge facility underground, and it had, they had the V2 rockets.
The Screamers.
This housed the new V3 rockets that were all aimed at London. Hidden underground, yes, okay, they did worse things. And they're all aimed at London, and super secret, and the Dam Buster people destroyed that thing by dropping their tall boys into it.
Awesome.
And I think that's actually, it's almost as, or maybe more cool than the bouncy bomb thing, but nobody knows about it.
I bet you can see that explosion from 10 miles away when it went off.
Strangely, they also used the tall boy though for like to sink a German battleship, the Tirpitz.
All right,
was sister ship of the Bismarck.
I knew you were gonna bring it up. I knew we were gonna bring up the Bismarck.
Well, actually,
so now it's gonna go. All right. So who's gonna start talking about the hood?
No, actually,
who is gonna start talking about the hood?
We'll get to that. The first attack on the Tirpitz, that laid her up for 6 months, was accomplished by British commandos going in kayaks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Really?
Skin divers planted explosives against the side of it while it was in the Norwegian fords, and they did enough damage that it took the Germans 6 months to put it back into action.
How do you circumcise a whale? You send down 4 skin divers.
Oh.
How do you know how?
Girl's gonna need that one.
How do you get two whales into a car? In a car, how do you get 2 whales in a car?
How?
You go up the M4 and over the Severn Bridge.
Oh,
British
joke. I should have been prepared for that.
Boom, boom.
If we were on Stool Stream, I would be singing right now.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
But he's an a-hole and he probably would mute me, so.
I am an arsehole. But here's the thing. I can't stop giggling because Jeff just made me laugh at the Nazis. That just tickles me so much.
That's light-hearted Christmas stuff we'll talk about. We'll have a laugh at the Nazis.
Let's all laugh at the Nazis for Christmas.
I was about to say you're not supposed to get the giggles when you're talking about World War II.
No, it doesn't
look
good,
right.
Does it?
Not at all. Not at all.
One of my first baninations on the YouTube back in March was when I sang a little song which you're all familiar with from a popular film written and directed and starring Mel Brooks. And I just love that song, but it got instantly baninated because people don't like it.
Copyright? Or was it because you said the N-word?
Was it Winter for Mussolini? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the
one. Oh, damn it, I got the giggles again.
You know, the sad thing is, I mean, that is a lovely, lovely song, and it's hilarious. It's a wonderful fucking film. It's a wonderful song. But I got instantly baninated.
I like John Barrowman thinks
racist.
I
love that film so much.
Oh,
I really do. It's just
it must
brilliant.
be Christmas. It must be Christmas.
See, I would be making up a parody song right now about Nazi Christmas, except we might get in trouble for it, so I'm not going to.
I'm trying not to sing the Bismarck right now because I respect purple. Stool, I don't respect you at all. If we were on your stool, I would be singing the song.
I know you don't respect me, you fucking racist. Disrespecting my whiteness. Fuck you.
Yeah, well,
how you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
Yeah.
How
Since
you
you brought
doing?
up the hood, I'm dropping a link in the YouTube chat there. Something I was
Or
actually.
important question: who are you doing?
Ooh, I'm doing you.
Will, something I was just watching yesterday about if the hood had survived, the
Oh
refit
wow.
was due to go under.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If the hood had survived, so we're back to circumcision again. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh god damn. That was but I mean that was the hood was pretty much a World War One battleship when it went in there, so it was.
Oh God.
Yeah, but it was quite impressive because it was still significantly faster than any of the battleships that Britain was producing at the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And definitely had the armor to go up against anything the Germans had short of the Bismarck.
Mm.
It outclassed anything else the Germans had until the Bismarck was launched.
Yeah.
And Prince Eugen? Am I saying it wrong?
Prince Eugen, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was nothing to wag your finger at either.
But you can wag your finger if you want to. Of course, you probably want to do it this way.
See, that's way better than German maritime history. That's way better than me going off about old German ships that I can barely pronounce. Emu. Emo.
Emu.
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 And Dalek.
Dalek.
Okay, and
you do Dalek right though.
to bring it back to a Christmas theme, as I recall, the historical Saint Nicholas that they think Santa was based on, wasn't he a 4th century German priest?
Oh,
yeah.
I can't remember. I've read about it. I've read about this guy. I've read about St. Nick, but it's too early and I'm too hungover to remember a lot of what I've read about him, to be honest. So
yeah, the original Santa was a German, so I
Seriously,
guess we
who was
hate
the
him.
original Saint Nick?
look, come on, the patron saint of our country was born in Syria, Palestine. So they never ever set foot in England. So
You've got to laugh,
Oh, okay, there we are. Okay, Lone Wanderer was asking, if Hitler had not attacked Russia, how long do you think the war would have lasted? Now, that's an interesting question.
Question. Yeah.
Well, because another thing with that is that even before the U.S. was involved in the war, they were supplying Russia. So indirectly, attacking Russia allowed the U.S. to get their weapons into the war, even while remaining neutral.
Well, and I mean, there was definitely some dealing with the British as well there as well. I mean, we had the Lend-Lease agreement before the US got into the war as well. So,
well, yeah, they were certainly sending a lot to the English as well, but Russia had the advantage
I think
they
the
had
US
a whole
still would have.
army that we didn't give a fuck about, so we were more than happy to give the Russians weapons, because if the Russians and the Germans lost equal numbers, it was a double win to the U.S.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when you look back at that period and the way that Stalin was good old Uncle Joe, to a lot of people then, and not. I think some people knew he was a bastard, but perhaps didn't realize just how much until years later.
I think Robert X is right too, that if Germany hadn't kept enough of an army behind, Russia would have been glad to walk into any German territory they thought they could take.
Take it, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's strangely would Russia not attack Germany. So It's interesting because I mean, Stalin, we just know, was caught seriously off guard by Operation Barbarossa because he really did but he really did, you know, was really believed in that pact that they'd signed in 38. That some of us tend to call it's often known as the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, but just because it was the Hitler-Stalin Pact. Just be honest, the non-aggression pact. So it's interesting because Stalin really sort of thought he could trust Hitler, which is kind of weird considering how paranoid Stalin was about his own people, and he trusted that fucking guy.
Okay, we're on to World War II, so he brings out a giant bag of popcorn.
It's getting interesting. And it's as big as me. We're the same size.
Oh damn! How much popcorn is that?
To be fair, I'm from the fattest country in the world. To be fair, so you can get large portions in America.
St. Nicholas Cage.
Yep.
Just because you were talking about St. Nicholas before.
Yep. Yeah, of course. What defeated the German army was, of course, the Russian winter.
Yeah.
Their equipment got so bogged down in the snow and the mud that, you know, pretty much ground them to a standstill.
Well, effectively, they made the same mistake Napoleon made like 150 years beforehand. Really, they really thought they'd be able to eliminate Russia very quickly. You know, which is very, very much similar thing that Napoleon tried. It's the geography, and then obviously you get into the Russian winter. It's pretty damn brutal.
Well, hasn't that generally just been a losing strategy? That in any major campaign that was based on the idea that we're going to defeat them quickly, because that was the Japanese idea also, that they were going to deal the U.S. such a devastating blow that we would surrender in 6 months.
Yeah, well, it was similar things to the German plan in World War One, wasn't it? The whole plan was around eliminating France really quickly, but it was really flawed from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I think Germany's original objective was basically that they were, you know, going to take France and thereby default basically all of Europe from France to Poland, you know, before anybody else really got involved. I think that's what was their original idea. Yeah, we're talking about World War, so he brings out popcorn. You know, that's a meme right there.
You should see the looks I get when I'm walking through the grocery store. People always want to see the kind of fool that's going to buy a bag this big, and it's me.
Okay, night, junk shop. Get some rest. We will see you tomorrow afternoon, or, well, today afternoon. Yeah, I think junk shop is on in about 12 hours.
Happy Christmas.
Yep, happy Christmas.
So I had the itinerary up for all the streams today before I come in here, but
who's up next? Perhaps. Oh, it's not sure, isn't it?
Yeah, not just following me. And actually, I wasn't paying attention to the time. So, yep, we need to be wrapping this up so Nacha can start up.
I need to go to bed anyways because
I'm gonna go and harass Nacha.
I'm gonna be a mess. I'm gonna be a mess tomorrow anyways.
Yep. Yeah, Nacha's gonna be starting here in less than 5 minutes, so I've been kind of hogging this too much here.
Oh, we're having a good time. We're having a good time talking about World War II.
Yeah,
bringing out
popcorn.
My obscenely large bag of popcorn. See,
At least mine's normal.
that's why people in your country aren't morbidly obese like people are in my country.
Okay. Okay, there in the side chat, there's the link to Nacho's stream, which is starting in less than 5 minutes.
I'm gonna say that bag of popcorn you got, like, that's bigger than like 3 bags of microwave popcorn.
Okay, so
got it home.
This is obscene.
How long does that last, hon?
Genuinely, 2 weeks.
okay.
If I'm depressed, it lasts me a week. If
Julie says Hitler should have played Risk as a kid. So, are you suggesting that his strategy should have been to take Australia first?
Or Kamchatka?
Okay, but yeah, we've got to give Nacho his time. So, last words.
Yeah.
Hey, go watch Nacho. I'll be over there.
Okay, anybody have anything they need to plug or need to say before we sign off here?
I'm all loved up.
Really.
Tomorrow, 2:00 Central Time.
Yep.
Did you just put popcorn in your mouth in a provocative manner?
Nacho will be taking the next 3 hours.
This will not be
Nacho will be
tolerated.
taking the next 3 hours, and then we go to Hopswatch.
Awesome.
And then to Pirate Kitties trivia. So, yep. And for anyone who doesn't already have it, I will post a link to the full schedule.
If you haven't already got it, you're going to catch it soon from these two dirty fuckers. Listen, keep your tongues in your mouths.
Well,
kids,
it is a pandemic after all.
Yeah. Keep your distance. Oi, Riemann, keep your neighborhood in your pants, okay?
My neighborhood's large, though. I come from a very large neighborhood. Big block.
Yeah, Robert
And
X
I have
was
a safe
asking-
house.
Robert X was asking if I'm going to stream again, and I will be doing the final wrap up, which is like 23 hours from now. But
Isn't that after us? No, it's not.
Not directly. After you is Genesis,
That's right.
formerly Dead City, and then the Lone Wanderer and Dallas Wade, and then I wrap it up in the end. Okay. Yep. Nachos is on the standing by screen. I guess we technically have 1 minute left.
Bye.
But yeah.
We'll see you over there.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and all that, you know. So.
See you later.
Merry Christmas.
Oh. What's this? We've got one more. Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, that's UK time, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Stool's time in England. Okay, so everybody hop over to Nachos and we'll see you all over there.